What's going on, guys? This is William here with another episode with a guest. Today I'm bringing you Donny, a random dude I found on Facebook. I'm so thankful for these guys because they're able to come on the show and share their words and philosophy and their views, and I'm open to the discussions that we have. And it's funny how we met. It was off of this post that was called context, people. It's called The Nigger Marriage, and it was a post that represented whatever, I don't even know where it came from, but it was a post on, someone wrote it and said this is how the nigger marriage is made, so that whoever did this created the way people think, so to speak. I had a conversation with my wife about this, but long story short, it was just a interesting subject. We didn't get to talk about it too much on the show, but we talked about a lot of shit. It was a valuable conversation that I feel like it's worth sharing, of course. 3 hours at that. A lot of things that we talked about. You can check out his podcast. I think this is his first episode because we did a swap cast. His podcast is called Challenge Your Beliefs. He's mainly focused on challenging the beliefs of religious people. I personally am in my own perspective with that, but this is the collaboration, and I didn't want to get in his way, and I just let him speak his piece on challenging the beliefs of his listeners. So bear with us on that. But anyway, we talk about a lot, man. We went all over the place with philosophy. This is the conversations that I love, where the doors are open to what the conversation can bring us. We just open our minds for the most part. I even opened my mind for a little bit more. Opened some doors that I didn't want to open. Not that far, but just gave you a little piece of stuff that I was like, I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Not too much, but you'll hear it if you get to it. But regardless, a wonderful conversation with Donny. I appreciate him. Check out his other podcast. He seems like a comedian to me, and I hope he pursues that. But with that being said, I bring to you Donny. I'm not gonna say his last name, but that's his first name because that's all you need to know. So what was I saying? Philosopher, right? Do you consider yourself a philosopher? Just openly, in your mind?
Like you said, I never really thought about it, but I do believe I be saying some what one would think is philosophers.
Philosophical ideas, yeah.
Yeah, philosophical. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
I got
you. I got this one. Yeah, I got this one thing that I say often. I don't think I made it up, but I don't never hear it besides me saying it.
It's all good.
Everybody loves not to be lied to, but they hate to hear the truth.
Everybody loves not to get lied to,
but they hate to hear the truth.
Right.
Like they love not being lied to,
right.
But every time you tell them the truth, they flipping the heck out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so what do you want? Do you know what you want?
Right. I have a connection with that in terms of the ego. I'm still learning about neuroscience. I'm digging in on that thing because it's helping me understand the way people think more. Neuroscience is awesome, man. But just the ego itself, I'm trying to learn about too, because I have an ego myself that I tend to with my temper. So whenever my wife, I just dealt with my temper 15 minutes or 20 minutes prior to this recording, where I was supposed to meet you by 7 o'clock, but time flies, man. It's already 7:25, but it was past 25 minutes though. Maybe 40 minutes before this. I was recording a quick thing or whatever, and I come upstairs and I smell powder. And I'm like, fuck, because I have a daughter who's 2 years old, she's going to be 3 soon, but she was busy, occupied, so I could do what I have to do. I come back upstairs, I smell powder. My my brain just fries the fuck up, and I become so angry because I walk upstairs and I see powder all over the living room, on the couch, on the fucking the sofa, whatever, the fucking floor, carpet. Dude, my brain was just like boom, and I was so angry at her. I said, "You fucking mother!" Like, I had to stop myself and said, "Look, she's a baby." And I talked to myself, and it's all the things that I practice, this meditation shit, that I'm able to use mindfulness to stop myself in the tracks and say, "Hey, look, this is the William that's angry. Let's understand the feeling that you feel." Blah 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 blah. You're really going to yell at a baby and scream at her and want to hurt her for what? What are you doing? Are you going to hurt her? You're not going to hurt her, because once you hurt her, you're going to regret it, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's just baby doing baby stuff.
Yeah, man. But that right there is the metaphor that I liked. It was an actual occurrence, but I would like to use that as a metaphor for the way people take ideas or beliefs that makes them feel offended or scared to talk about, or when you believe that, oh, I'm just a procrastinator. I want to do stuff, but I'm just a procrastinator. You believe that you're a procrastinator. You don't get what I'm saying? It's just that ego, man. It just leads you into that direction.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I have this thing with excuses. That's like one of my biggest things. Like, everything to me is an excuse, because you claim that you want it, but here you are not doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so what's your excuse this time?
Right.
So just own it. What you just said is somebody who is, who may get mad at what you got mad at, but you caught yourself, and that's what people don't want to admit to. They just like, man, I just got a bad temper, and blah, blah, blah. You know this. And then they're like, well, you know this. So stop coming up with the excuses. And since you know this, own it. Do something about it.
Right.
So that's well, I hear what you're saying. And I do get it.
Yeah. By the way, I have to mention this because your hat, I love your hat. Can I see your hat real fast? If you...
Oh, well, let me...
Oh, it's Naruto.
Get some more light. Yeah,
Naruto. Oh, you good?
Naruto.
You good?
Yeah, I got a hat.
I love that. I love the rim of it. That's awesome. I didn't finish. I only watched like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. I have a Naruto shirt. Someone donated to me. This shirt was donated to me too. I like graphic tees, but anyway, that's besides the point. I love your hat because it has that swirly thing, and that's what my logo is for all the shit that I do. That's my brand, so to speak. I made my own little. Right here? Not this. It looks like a leaf, I guess, because that has something to do with what he's wearing on his head, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, the Hidden Leaf Village.
Yeah. Okay. So instead of a leaf, it's just a swirl. And I made it. Right. I did that because of consciousness. I don't know if you're into all that stuff, but what consciousness is stuff that's in wherever it's at in our brain or in our body, our existence. But I'd like to use that. I don't know. I was just saying because I like that swirl. I wanted a hat like that you're wearing because I love hats too.
What did I get this from Walmart.
Oh, okay.
That's where I get a lot of my hats. Walmart or Myers.
Right.
So that's where I get a lot of my hats.
Hey, you seem like you got World of Warcraft shirt. I'm totally judging you right now, man. Not in a bad way. He's a nerd over here. I love it. I love the geeky stuff. Whatever man. You are.
look. As far when you said I'm judging you, not in a bad way, but look, only somebody who takes offense at everything would think that you're judging them in a bad way.
Right.
Little do people know or want to accept that you're judging nearly every moment of your life because that's how you make choices.
Right. Yeah,
right?
That's true.
I don't understand these people who be talking about, I want to go here because I feel safe, comfortable, because it's a judge-free zone. No.
That's my safe space. That's my safe space.
It's no such thing as a judge-free zone. You just around people that's not making a big whoop about it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be, in my opinion, because crap, I said in my opinion. I don't like saying in my opinion. But
I know what you mean, but I think when I say in my opinion, it's you recognizing that this could be a fact, but it may just be my opinion. So I just want to put that out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
oh,
don't.
okay. Well, I
That's how
like
I
it
look
from
at
that
it.
point of view. Yep,
Yeah.
I like from that point of view.
When you say in my opinion, you're not sure, but this is you want to make it clear that you're not like this is facts, bro, and only facts. So you better believe it, or that's it. It's just
Yeah,
you leave it open.
I just hate saying it to. I hate saying my opinion to people who know me. We
Oh,
be
okay.
having conversations, but I see what I noticed through the last few years of me actually becoming aware of so much of the world
Oh yeah.
and myself is that uh when you say my opinion, it kind of, to me, I see it as a redundant thing to say because it's it's a person that's talking. Just assume that it's an opinion because yeah, it's a person that's talking, and everything is majorly an opinion, even if you're talking about the fact.
Right.
So that's all it is. That's just me. It just I also noticed that people don't we don't know how to conversate to each other, period. Like
Right.
we don't know how to talk to each other. And I'm not just saying like, hey, how you doing? And like that. I'm talking about the same way that we so-called conversate in a text. Nobody knows how to really conversate verbally because we say things like, oh, in my opinion, and or uh me personally, things like that,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, we shouldn't have to really say that because we're just conversating. We not actually get the textbooks out and studying,
Yeah.
yeah, we just conversing amongst each other until the bus come or until whatever happens, just talk.
Right.
you know,
Just talk,
you
talk,
know,
man. See what
yeah,
comes out. See,
yeah, to see what happens.
I can go deep with this as a person who I don't know if you're comfortable with revealing what you do in your personal time, but I smoke weed. I do things to experiment. I don't see. I don't like to say I smoke weed because then it's like automatic. Oh, you smoke weed every day. Blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. What I am trying to say is I use. Uh,
Man, you smoke weed, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying,
You
but I'm
smoke
just trying to
weed,
explain
man.
it that I used it responsibly, man. Just like drinking
Yeah,
here, it's responsible, man. It's like you gotta
yeah.
do things responsibly. But the whole point of it is that I do these things and I meditate and I get into my own uh, experiences, and that's what conversations are to me. It's just experiences. You share your
Mm-hmm.
experiences through your voice. The only reason
Mm-hmm.
why we get caught up on it because we don't look at it as patterns that come out our mouths. When I speak to you, you automatically, based on your understanding of English, the language, you're like, oh, I get what he's saying because every word that comes out. But where does that come from? Where do the thoughts come from? How is this coming out of my mouth to your ears so you can understand what I'm saying? That's all consciousness, man, doing its own thing, working for us so that we can have conversations. And you brought up conversations via technology, and that's where the problem becomes this. I don't know what to call it, but I like to I like to do analogies with things or metaphors. But the technology thing that we use, the devices, I'm going to text, it just throws away context, expressions. When you
Mm-hmm.
say
Mm-hmm.
something in a funny manner or when you express yourself through your voice and your facial expressions, it's better to hear it from you, the person who is expressing it in the way with your body language, your hands, blah, 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 rather than this is funny, ha, 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 LOL. And then you're like, what? You know what I mean? What's funny? I don't get it. Whatever. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I totally
It just
understand
takes
what you're
away the
saying.
humanizing of us, whatever the word is
Yeah,
I'm looking for.
yeah, and what you're saying is something that I realized that I do recently when it comes to text. Like when I say something funny, especially when I'm talking to people that actually know me. When I say something that's meant to be, sarcastic and or sarcastically funny or funny within itself, I don't put LOL at the end of it.
Oh, okay.
Because I assuming that you know that I'm joking right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I feel like by me putting the LOL on it, it takes away from the punchline.
Right. It makes
Right.
sense.
So yeah, so again, people are out here making assumptions from a sentence, making assumptions from a oh, wait a minute, you mad, or at least you got hype when you said this word right here. All the other words are the way they're supposed to be, but this particular word is all caps. Why you yelling in this word? I'm like, well, all caps doesn't mean I'm yelling. I got the cap thing on by accident. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
this is what happens when you don't talk.
Right. Yeah.
When you don't talk, you start. It's an argument waiting to happen.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta talk, people. You have to talk to each other. You have to. On my show, I explain numerous times out of nowhere. Like, I'm not saying that I know it all. I just read a lot,
Right.
but a lot of people come up to me and talk to me just out of the blue. Like, I've been in the bathrooms washing my hands and just somebody just walk in and, man, I think my girl doing this. I think this is happening at home. I'm like, okay. I don't shut him up. That person may actually need to vent, and me being that person's ear, that probably just helped them out in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a good way to look
Like,
at that. Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, people just. I think people are more afraid to talk because of the presumption of people already that we have of humanity.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And yes, humanity freaking sucks. Throughout the history of history, humanity sucked.
Yeah. For sure.
and we can even go a step farther for the ones who believe in a god and or multiple gods. We have Greek mythology, Norse mythology, Hindu mythology. Notice that everything is a mythology except for Christians.
Right.
Why does that have to be the Almighty? But everything else is a mythology. But if you do your research and read into Christianity, the Americanized King James Version of Christianity, and then you go into the branches of Christianity, the different branches of Christianity, Baptist, Catholic. One of my favorites recently is the Ethiopian Christianity, which is one of the biggest Christian groups in the world. When you take all of those related origins of your religion or your history that you're searching on, because I feel like you can't talk about Christianity without referencing the relationships of the other branches of Christianity, in my opinion, if you're trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of it, which is what I plan to do with Challenge Your Beliefs. But what I was getting at, I digress. What I was getting at as far as conversationally wise is that this pre-notation that we have of humanity, if you, like I said, if you go down the branches of Christianity, it's just like the mythology. In fact, it's really resembling Greek mythology, Christianity, and all the other branches that makes up what Christians may be. Mm-hmm. It's just like a Greek mythology, and it's just like a Roman mythology, but yet for some reason it's the only one that's not a mythology. Well, not the only one, but you know what I'm saying.
It explains. So, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna say so. That being said, throughout all the origins of how I said we got this prenotation of mankind, which mankind does suck, and I feel like we don't talk because we have this prenotation of humanity. Of even if we at a bus stop, we won't go past, "Hey, how you doing?" And that's if we even say that.
Right.
Humanity sucks. And again, going off the mythologies, the gods of the mythologies suck, and that's including Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
They suck. These gods are wackos. So in return, I guess you would think that mankind would be wackos too, because they were supposedly created by these beings.
Right.
So again, I know I probably digressed and kind of didn't get to the point. I have an issue with that. I am working on it.
It's fine.
I think when I digress, I think I'm trying to collect what I'm actually trying to get to.
You're putting the pieces of the puzzle together yourself. That's what we're all doing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
we're practicing. Like, we don't know how to talk, so we are practicing how to talk for the ones like me and you who are actually have the courage, who do have the courage to talk to each other.
Yeah. What you're doing, man, is what human beings are supposed to be doing, man. I love it. You're sorry, I'm hype as shit right now. I'm just passionate, like fucking, like this is what I love about podcasting is people like you who are just open minded to just say, hey, fuck it, this is what I think, this is what I fucking see, this is all the puzzles I have, and I put this together. What do you have together? And I'm like, I don't know what we're doing here, but let's try to put it together. Right? So I could just give you my ideas, whatever my perspective is on this whole planet, our existence, and our being. I do have my own insights to data that I've collected based on my own perspective that I can't share too much because I understand how humans take things with the contents and flip it upside down. And it's like, no, that's not what I fucking meant. And then they just destroy it. And it's like, fuck, I gotta be careful what I say next time. So what I try to do is tread carefully. So you're providing me with the information of that you collected on mythology and all the different religions and all the things that you understand. All right, let me ask you a quick question though. Do you only think, I'm only asking, I don't know if this is an assumption or asking a question.
Can I say something? Can I say something before you say that? I want to say with me, I think I only heard about maybe 2 podcasts with you having a guest on there. But with me, I'm one of the people that you don't have to coddle through a conversation. Like, meaning that you don't have to say things like, I'm assuming, and it's like, we all assuming. That's what judging is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I'm assuming that you are like it's okay if you let that slip out with me, at least. I want to make people as comfortable as possible by letting them know that I'm totally open about everything. And this is something that people take offense of. I don't understand it to the likes of me. People have gotten offended by me stating that I don't get offended.
Oh, how dare you?
Yeah, I'm like, how are you mad at something about me that I'm not even mad about? that don't even make sense.
Yeah, they want you to be offended, man.
Yeah, so you're mad because I'm not on the same level as mad as you. There's no reason to be on that level of mad.
It's to me, the way I look at it with people that do that, they look at it as you watched your loved one die in front of your eyes and you said, shit happens. That's what they look at it. It's not the same fucking thing though. God motherfucking damn it.
Exactly. So yes, that being said, what you just said, I know and I am aware of what is offensive. You can't get mad that I don't take that offensive. So what a white guy called me a nigger, I'm not going to take offense to that because I know what exactly he is trying to do.
Wait, I have to write down the time that you said that so I can bleep that out, man. I've got to make sure I don't offend anybody. I'm joking. Okay, go.
Exactly. And I said that because I heard you say that, and it's been a topic on my. Well, it hasn't been a a, a straight up topic, like a in depth topic on my show, but it has been brought up occasionally about the word nigga, and I'm like, me personally, I don't care who says it. It's a word to me. Yes, for the people who takes offense of me not getting offended, yes, I am aware of what that means. Yes, I am aware of what is offensive. Yes, I am aware of all of that. It's me. I don't take offense to that. I never said that we should not take offense to that.
Right. It's that's the beautiful thing about human beings, man. Is that we're all different, and people like you speaking out, saying that, it helps because, you know, we all, myself, I love to use this word, I lack perspective, or the phrase, sorry, because it allows me to say what I say, and then I'm like, overall, I lack perspective though, because I don't know who's out there that isn't going to be offended by this. I just have this belief or whatever, this idea that why are we so offended by this word? And we're using it as like a powerful word that like, oh, we cannot use that word at all. No one should ever use this other than ourselves. Only we can use it. Okay, all right.
Bull crap too.
You want to use the word, that's fine. But don't get mad at me because I grew up saying the word nigga. Like it was me growing up with the environment. It's the it's the context of the word that I'm using it to. Yo, that's my nigga right there. Yo, you my nigga. Yeah. You know, we get hype as shit. That's, you grew up in the hood and you grow up with that mentality, and then you realize, oh wait, oh shit, this modern age, you have to be careful the way you say that word. Now you have to say the N word. You have to be very careful. Just like the R word. Someone recently came at me because I said the R word. I said retarded in the fucking context that someone else used it in the fucking thread of the Facebook post. I said, let's not get mad at each other and call each other a retard or a fucking ignorant fuck or whatever. And the person commented below that didn't even read the context of what happened before upstairs, and they just looked at me, hey, you should not use the retard word because that is very offensive. And what the fuck did I just say? Like,
I bet it was a retard that actually said it.
I said that to my wife, and my wife said the same shit.
It was only retards would say, don't say retards.
Yeah, my wife respond because I told her what I responded with. I forgot what I said to the person. What I like to do is sandwich kindness with the truth and then kindness. So it's kind of put the bread of kindness and I give it to these people who want kindness, right? I give them the truth in between it. Like, here, you take that, you eat it, chow it down, or however you want it. But I'm being kind. Have a great day. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I mean. That's how I put my message out there without offending someone.
What?
But overall, my wife joked and said, because she's, don't tell her I said this to anybody, but she's funnier than me, and I want her to be a comedian, but that's on her. And I always tell her she's not funny as a reverse psychology thing. But anyway, she said, you should have said, what the fuck was it? I don't want to fucking ruin her joke. You should have said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm retarded. Like, simple as that. Just a simple, for me, that's like if you develop it in a better way. The way she said it came out perfect. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm retarded. I shouldn't have said that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, calling myself retarded.
No.
It's just like a double whammy for shut the fuck up. But,
my bad. I'm retarded, and I recognize other retards.
Right. So you're just like, hey, man.
I'm able to identify other retards since I'm a retarded.
Yeah, I know myself, and I see other people who act like me.
Yeah, and if anything, as far as offensive, again, I don't get offensive, but I take more concern with the actual N-word versus nigga, because, okay, nigger was already used as a derogatory term towards black people, right. But the way that society, where over the generations, society has basically flipped the word nigga/nigger, I guess. Well, let's go with nigger, into a derogatory way of how to call what they call stupid blacks from back in the day.
Yeah,
like you are idiot, meaning you are a nigger. Yeah,
instead of saying you're ignorant, they would say that word, right?
Yeah. So today, how we say it is nigga, which is that version is so-called supposedly the endearing term versus a white person saying nigger or anybody saying nigger and expecting a reaction out of it. Because if you do use nigger, you are expecting a reaction out of it, which is what you want. And in my opinion, and I said it, and if you do react to that, you're literally giving them what they want, meaning that they now won. You're giving them they're expecting you to react to nigger, which is why, again, the word nigger would be used over nigga.
Right.
And then you have the N-word, the actual word or phrase, N-word. To me, that is more offensive than nigger, because you already expect that I'm an idiot. And by you saying N-word, you assuming that I don't know what the N stands for.
Right.
So I would rather for you to actually say the word versus N-word.
Right. And here's the thing with your preference, right? Is that the right word I'm looking for? Yeah.
You can say
preference. Yeah, you get what I'm saying though. Overall,
I don't care, but I'm just saying, if you were to say it, I would prefer you just say the whole word.
Right. When you say you prefer, that's preference. My brain is I try to acknowledge what I say sometimes.
Again, we're all learning.
Yeah.
How to conversate with each other.
Yeah, exactly. Quick thing real fast. Do you play Call of Duty at all? Modern Warfare?
I'm not a Call of Duty fan, and I'm not even a World of Warcraft fan. It's just a shirt that I got on.
Oh, okay.
But I like Modern Warfare 2. I don't really care about any other Call of Duty.
Okay. That's cool. I only brought it up because I play Call of Duty Modern Warfare now. I haven't played Call of Duty in a while, and because of this COVID shit, and I lost my job due to being furloughed, I said, fuck it. What am I going to do with my time? When it's late at night, I'll play Call of Duty. Just fuck around. I use my comedy and my improvising skills there and troll people. I'll get people pissed the fuck off, and it's hilarious because these kids are so easily offended by shit that they will snap on you with a finger, like just
I see hands.
Yeah, enraged, and they wanna fight you with their keyboard and shit, or their voices, whatever, their microphones. But I often hear nigger. I often hear white people say the word nigger, and I when I first started playing, I was just like, I was getting offended. I was just like, how dare these? No. Listen.
I hear what you said.
Yeah, it's not that I was offended because I'm offended by the term nigger. I was just, I don't like that these motherfuckers have every fucking, like, at that moment, my ego, whatever you want to call it, was there, and it said, these motherfuckers are crazy. They're just gonna talk shit over their fucking microphones like they would say it in front of any fucking person like that in real life. Mm-hmm. If they had a job at Wendy's or wherever the fuck they work, they wouldn't say that to anybody in person. But because we're playing a video game, that we're shooting each other, and hey, I'm gonna troll you by calling you a nigger, and then it's like, fuck, man. So anyway, I was caught up in it, and my wife said, why are you taking these people serious? I said, because they're getting away with it, and I'm going to curse them the fuck out too. I said, let my ego take over for a little bit. I'm having fun with this. At the same time, I'm annoyed, but at the other point of it, I'm making a joke out of it as turn it against them, calling them hunkies, crackers, pieces of shit, whatever the fuck I'm calling them. Whatever, all the jokes that you could say about people who just want to use that word. All right, well, can you say all these other things that you haven't smelled pussy ever in your life, or whatever you will say to them to, what? I have smelled pussy. Oh, no, you haven't, you fucking faggot, and whatever you will call them to make them feel mad. I'm not a faggot. Yes, you do, you fucking bitch. I got my dick out right now. You want to sit on it, motherfucker? And I let my troll come out, and it's just like, holy fuck. So I do it with the intent to joke, because I want, since they're using it in that content to troll, so to speak, to make people upset, right? Like, as you spoke of, I am flipping it on them to bring out the demons inside of me that wants to tear them apart, like literally rip their little assholes apart and then chew it up and spit it right back in their face. You know what I mean? Like the shit hits the fan type shit. And it's
Oh
not,
yeah, yeah.
so it's a part of it that there is, I got over it, but in the beginning it was like I was really annoyed. But then I turned it into the thing that I enjoy doing now, which is instead of getting mad at these people, just troll the shit out of them. You know what I mean? Just flip it right back at them, make them feel uncomfortable. What I noticed a lot with these Call of Duty players is that they don't like being called gay. They don't like anything that has to do with anything gay. Anything that talks about butts. If you talk about a smeary chapstick, juicy, moist, with shit on it. Oh, a piece of ass with hair on it that I'm gonna lick off. Like you say disgusting shit like that, people were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so that's my comedy. I like to say disgusting shit that makes you like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like I don't want to fuck with this guy. But anyway, sorry.
I get what you. Yeah, I get what you said. Like basically, you want to make them so uncomfortable that they won't say that to you anymore.
Right. Or just
much.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, pretty much, yeah. Or at least in a nutshell, kind of like.
Yeah, because they weren't calling me that; they were calling someone else.
Yeah.
And then the typical response when they get called that is "fuck you, cracker" or whatever, "fuck you," whatever. And I like to jump in because I like to let loose and have fun with it because it makes it. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, finish.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say even.
I'm not trying to cut in. By the way, I'm sorry. I'm just, on my end. It's kind of laggy, so I'm thinking that you finish.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I understand. I only stop because I rant, dude, and I can go in, and I have to stop myself.
So that's why I said before we started talking, like through the messenger, is that I'm okay with starting at 7 and starting off with your show because listening to your shows, I'm prepared to go prolong.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so
it goes anywhere.
Good, I talk just like you. I rant as well.
Yeah.
What I like to do. I'm not a huge online player. I do like to play Mortal Kombat. I mean, not Mortal Kombat. Metal Gear Online.
Oh yeah.
That's my all-time favorite game of.
Me too.
History.
Metal Gear.
And and I like the online on that. So whenever I do go online, I'm online with that. And what I like to do, there's not really that type of audience on.
Hell no.
Metal Gear Online.
No.
But
I'd imagine
for people. Yeah, but for the people who are like the Call of Duty online players who be on like the social media sites, I like to play off of their intelligence. You know, I like to go the intelligent role as far as like you said, they get mad by saying gay. I'm like, I'm not gay. Well, aren't you happy right now? You playing this? Yeah, you're gay.
They won't like that.
Gay is. Yeah, they don't even know. They say all this stuff because nobody reads. If it's not in the post of somebody else's timeline, they're not going to read it. Even if it's an article, they're not going to read it. They're only going to read headline and or headline with whatever the person who posted it literature, and then go off a whole entire rant off that. Nobody reads that. So I'm assuming that you're not intelligent to know what gay also means. Right. So I like to go. I like to play like that. If it goes, if I don't mind. I mean, if I in the feeling of playing around with other people on that sort of level. Right.
I don't know how to say the word. You know when you have words in your head that come out and you're like, I was going to say, I can't even say the word. Derogatory term. Derogatory. Please say the word if you know it.
Derogatory.
Is that what it is? Is that what that is? When you speak of that?
Yeah, nigga is a derogatory term towards black people. Gay or faggot is a derogatory term towards gays.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, derogatory is the word you're looking for.
I don't know how to spell that. I'm trying to look it up.
I don't know how to spell it either, but I do know the definitions of like, I'm in a dictionary a lot. I ain't in there like, okay, I'm gonna read this S amount of columns. No, it's just that I don't act like I know a word if you say it. I ask you what that means, or I go look it up and then I reply to it.
Same here.
So, I'm not a perpetrator.
So the insecurity of me will say, act like you know the word and just go with it, man. But then the mindful side of me will be like, no, ask the fucking question, motherfucker. Don't feel insecure that you don't know what the fuck it means. So what if you should have learned this shit in 3rd grade? Like, who gives a fuck? Like, if it's a word that you don't know, just fucking ask. I do this with my wife all the time because she calls me dumb a lot because I am dumb. I am very dumb. But in an aspect of slowness, like if you joke and if it will go past my head sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I get it, because I went to go catch it all the way back there. Like, oh, I get it, the joke. It went back there, but I got it. I got it late, but it's all right. That's how I work, man. That's how I operate.
I like how you said on the aspect of slow and what we perceive slow in the term of what is that, IQ?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to get it through my kids' heads and anybody else who hears it. I spoke on this on an episode of mine where we use stupid as a derogatory term to call somebody dumb, but we're all stupid. Like, everybody on the planet is stupid. It just then we all lack intelligence in certain areas.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But we use stupid as a derogatory term to hurt someone versus using it in the way that the dictionary says it is.
Right.
Like and that's where a lot of people come off as a lot of people say that I think I'm a know-it-all or holier than thou, which is something that I wanted to talk to about on the show that I want you to bring you on today, the holier than thou one. We'll get to it later if you don't mind.
That's fine.
But people think that I'm a know-it-all, and like, no, I went to school every day. I didn't go to class every day. I got, that's the difference. Like, I got perfect attendance going to high school.
Right. Perfect
attendance. I just didn't go to class every day I went. That's, so that makes me stupid.
Right.
But that's everybody. We all lack intelligence in math. We don't all know multiplications past 5. So if you want to say, well, hey, you're stupid on this, but I'm not really stupid, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for when I call myself slow, I like to joke with it because technically I'm not slow. I mean, but there's just,
we was all laughing just now.
It's all like for people who take stuff like that serious. That's why I try to keep. Well, by the way, I was going to tell you that earlier about the when you said you don't mind me. I mean, yeah, you don't mind me just saying stuff because you won't take it like the way, like how, I forgot what you said, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take it to heart.
That. So,
bam.
What I still try to do is keep in mind that someone is listening to this, so I need to make sure that they understand. This is this invisible audience I'm speaking to that I'm keep in mind that I want them to understand where I'm coming from.
Oh, you froze up on me this time.
All right, cool. I just got you laughing. Yeah. I was like, oh, wait, slowness. Is that my real slowness or is that the computer?
You freaking mutant. You're doing your psychic powers on me to slow me down.
That's the power of the meditator, man.
Yeah.
No, but I was just trying to say that, as a visible audience, I'm trying to keep in mind that I want them to know what I'm coming from. I don't want them to assume. And people that, it doesn't matter who listens to it, this podcast, but people like you will listen to it and you'll get it or you won't. You know what I mean? You won't. So there's context I'm trying to provide for even the viewer or the listener. I'm letting my brain do its job. So when I'm talking to you, ultimately, I want you to understand where I'm coming from, that I'm not, even if you tell me that you don't mind what I say or whatever, you're not going to take it literally. I want to still be able to let my brain do its process so that people can understand where I'm coming from. But you still saying that allows me to like, all right, that's one little block I can knock down because sometimes I have to be careful. But he said, that's fine. Oh, okay. Whoop. A little bit more knowledge, whatever. Let it flow, that type shit.
That's why I said I want to make you or whoever I'm talking to, I want to let them know that it's okay with me. As me the person that's in front of you right now, or that you're talking to out of this party, you can hold whatever it is that you want to hold for them, but for me,
Right.
it's okay to let it all loose,
Right.
because that's how you problem solve. You're not
Right.
going to get to the bottom of it like this. You got to get to the bottom of it by plucking and getting to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
It's just a crazy thing when you think about it, how we run these podcasts. Like right now, me and you are talking through a computer or a phone or whatever. And if we were talking in person, I mean, if I knew you the way I'm learning about you, it would just spill out. I wouldn't even like say stuff that I'm still filtering through my words, whatever. I'm filtering it because I know that I'm trying to provide context that makes sure I'm specific to what I'm saying to the audience and you. So I'm making sure it's all there. But when it's just me and you, if it was just me and you, private conversation, no one's here, I don't have to worry about people listening or whatever, you're going to hear every goddamn thing flat out depending on the way you intake information. You know what I mean? So the shit that I'm talking about earlier when I said I have to be careful what I say is not that I'm scared to say what I want to say. This is my podcast. I can say whatever the fuck I want. But
you've been cussing this whole time.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Somebody would have been got offended a long time ago.
Yeah. And the other thing is with you, the reason why I like people like you, because you already have this personality, this being, you're confident, and you're all the stuff that you hold upon yourself. You promote this thing that allows the specific character of a different side of William come out to you, if that makes sense. Like our chemistry intertwines into our conversation, where you'll see me say this instead of like, oh, okay, yeah, nice, cool, just talking to you.
Basically, if we were on a date, we would actually be getting to know each other.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What it is.
Yeah.
Everybody a lot of people will put on a persona for a date and then expect them to go still like you the same once you show them the real you.
Right.
Like, no, I like the person I was on a date with. Like, go back to that person if we're gonna be together.
Right.
You know.
That's a whole.
Yeah, I wanna bring up something about what you said about how you said you conduct your show, as far as you said you're still holding in filters of somewhat to just because of certain people who may be listening to it. I did notice that too when I was listening to your shows. That is different from my show. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's cool, because again, like you said, this is your show.
Right.
What I do on my show, and it does come off to me that I get the fact that it will come off to, if not certain people, a lot of people, that I am this mean and I don't care about my fellow man, even though, yes, I don't like people. But that's only, what I mean by that, I don't like the antics of people. I don't like the antics of mankind. What they do is like highly uncalled for, what mankind does. That's what I mean when I say I don't like people. Also, there's no holds bars on my show. I don't sugarcoat anything.
Right.
I don't care about I'm not saying I don't care about the person's feelings, but the way I view civilization, especially in recent years, all the way up into present day, is that the whole globe are crybabies. And the reason why you are crybabies, at least I'm left, since nobody wants to talk. I just explained it to my wife earlier today. The reason why no one wants to talk, again, I explained that earlier to you, is that we already have this prenotation of mankind already. Therefore, I'm not concerned about your feelings. For one, I don't know you. And again, I do have consideration of other people's feelings. I'm not going to just come out and say, hey, blah, 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 and you're a blah, blah, blah. No, I treat people the way I want to be treated.
Right.
But I feel that the reason why globally civilization is a crybaby because they have been getting the sugar-coated version of whatever it is that they're going through in life versus somebody actually saying it straightforward to you. So now that you're hearing the actual reality of your sugar-coated version of it, now you want to say, oh, no, or now you want to start crying, and now you want to take offense to it. But in reality, no matter how much you cry about it, the reality of it is still going to be the way I just said it.
Right.
So that being said, I'm not trying to, again, I don't want to say I'm this mean person. I'm just saying it straightforward in a way that most people don't want to hear it. Like I said earlier, everybody loves not to be lied to, but they hate to hear the truth.
Right.
And that's exactly what I give on my show. I give the truth. I love putting the emphasis on the forbidden topics. I love stating what everybody is afraid to say. I love the feeling of speaking without fear. Yeah, I do know the consequences of it. I'm aware of all that. But if nobody else is going to say it straight up, or at least I haven't heard anybody say it straight up, who is going to say it for y'all to stop crying, at least to me?
Right.
I don't care about you crying as far as globally. That is some BS. Like shut up. It's not that serious, but I'm letting you know I don't want to hear the crying. Therefore, I'm giving you the straightforward version of whatever it is I'm talking about.
Right.
You know, so I did notice that about it. I don't care about. I know what you mean. I want the people to actually come to me and say I took offense to that. So yeah, you took offense to that. How did you take offense to that?
And why?
And why did you take offense to that? Because your name is Jim, and I said that Gyms are this. Did you take offense to it because of that? Because I don't know you particular Jim. I'm speaking on the notions of the gyms I came across in life.
Mm-hmm.
But for you to take offense to that, you think that I'm talking to you directly, Jim. Have we ever met in life, ever in person, for you to introduce yourself to me as Jim? Mm-hmm. Therefore, you shouldn't be taking offense to this, Jim.
Mm-hmm. You know right. So, a couple of things. I want to go backwards on that. The gym thing. When you talk about, when you say, when you're specifying that, when you say, do you mean like all gyms are this? Do you mean that, or you're just saying, fuck gyms?
Yeah, and I do say it exactly like that.
Okay.
But I also, like you said, I also give explanations of why I said it that way, because I can't single out all the gyms that do, and I can't single out all the gyms that don't.
Right.
So I just lump all the gyms in one general pot.
Right. And
it's kind of like how all black people get lumped with the person that says next door in them, and that person is black. I never met my neighbor, but he's black. Therefore, I'm a part of his tribe.
Right. Tribes. You know? Tribes. That's the key word there. We all have tribal mentality, man, based on our history. And that's one of the problems, one of the many problems why we get offended or feel insulted when you're coming at my tribe. You're talking about the left side? So it goes down the line with someone is the tribe of Jim. Oh, how dare you? That's my name. It's not your fault. I just think that logical fallacy is something I'm still learning about today. Logical fallacies that would be hasty generalization when you generalize gym and say all gyms are this, or hey, I'm just saying all gyms are this way. Fuck it. And the person that is named Jim is a part of that gym tribe, so they're thinking, he's talking about me when you're not talking about him. But you just ask the question, you mean me? No, I don't mean you. I'm talking about the other gyms. Oh, well, you got to make it clear, man. You got to say like most gyms or something. When you say most or some or a percentage, that when you say those little words, it just clears the air for them not to be offended. And that's what I like to do personally. I like to clear my logical fallacies up. And that's the stuff that I'm still learning as a critical thinker, that when I don't say, man, all black people like chicken. I don't say that. I say like,
But we do though.
most people love fucking
we
black
do.
chicken. Yeah, no, I don't know about every single black person in the
All of
world.
us like chicken. All of us like
Look,
chicken.
I don't know. It's just the same that you'll say that every Hispanic in the world loves rice, and I know a few Hispanics that actually hate rice. But I get your point. But
I'm just making fun.
I know.
By me making fun like that, people just got offended by me being happy just now.
Right. Yeah, that's a hilarious thing right there. You're getting offended by someone else laughing and being happy. What does that say about you?
Which I do get it, because that was a law back in the day. Black people could not show admiration.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sharing me some knowledge.
We get in trouble for showing happiness.
Ooh.
Roaming the streets.
Oh, Jesus. When was that?
Yeah.
What year? Do you know that?
But racism doesn't exist, though.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about, that you're not allowed to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what year that was? I'm just curious. Now you got me curious.
I gotta go back and check it again. I do a lot
what
of research,
era?
man. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was back in the black and white era.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It still is kind of the black and white era, man. It's like the way I...
But no, I mean black and white TV, my bad. I had to make that clear.
Oh.
Black and white TV era.
Oh, black and white television.
Yeah, black and white TV era. So back in the, 50s and back.
Yeah, I use that as a metaphor, but in reality too, when I say everything's black and white now, it's either black or white. And it's like, I watch these protests, and it's like the black people or not just black people, it's white people and whoever, people of color, all part of this Black Lives Matter movement that are going against the white old people. Fuck you, motherfucker, smack your cup off the table. Fuck you and your fucking privilege. And it's like, yo, what are we doing? We're like being racist in a way.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, because they don't even realize that stating all. You don't even realize by you being mad at Black Lives Matter is actually racist. Period.
Say that one more time so I can understand.
You getting mad at Black Lives Matter, whether it be the organization or the protest, but just use it in general. By you being mad at Black Lives Matter, period, is a racist thing, because you quote the fact that all lives matter, which, here go this argument again, which again, true. By you taking it to the all lives matter point of view, the fact that all lives actually do matter. When you state that all lives matter versus Black Lives Matter, you're negating the fact that all lives actually matter when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because what usually follows, or what typically follows after someone preaches all lives matter, what usually follows is, what about my life? My life matter too. Well, that's what we're saying, you freaking fetus.
Mm-hmm.
Not fetus is my way of saying
I know,
stupid.
I know you mean. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so that's the funny part that, again, nobody else brings up in the world. That's why I love my show, Whatever Talk, because I love fixating on the parts of the conversation that nobody else brings up.
Right.
Like, okay, we're arguing about Black Lives Matter and all lives matter, but are you even hearing the fact that when you sprout all lives matter, you're negating Black Lives Matter? Therefore, you're negating the fact that all lives matter actually.
Right. I totally hear your point. And this is where I want to stop you with the part when you said, I want to make sure I understand what you're saying before I go on, but you said that if you're against Black Lives Matter, you're racist. Is that what you said? Just to make sure I'm understanding.
No, not you're racist. It's an idea. I think I did say you're racist, but what I meant to say is that you, that's a racist act. That's a racist notation, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That it's a racist antic. You know, people be like, hey, no matter what type of racist things I do, just don't call me a racist.
Right.
It's like that. Yeah, it's just that type of ordeal, or But when you, that's what I'm trying to. That's what I really meant to say, and I'm glad that you didn't blow up.
No,
but people would have blew up. People would have took offense and blew up off of what you just did versus just asking a simple question.
Right, because you
like, what did you really mean by that?
Yeah,
that's all you have to do. Just say that.
This is the perfect example of what this conversation is about. This is not. I don't want this to stay stuck on Black Lives Matter and what I lack perspective of, or what we all lack perspective. But all right. So let me just say that I value Black lives in general. Right. Are you all black? Like, you're just
as far as I know, I'm black. I'm just light skin, which I do know that light skin is a different breed of black. I do understand that.
Yeah. So
I'm a house nigga, so I'm good.
Oh God, I don't even know what that means, but that's funny. Just hear the way you said it. Oh my God, I hear the person laughing in the background too. I'm
good. I'm in the AC while y'all out in the field. I'm good. I'm with the ceiling fan and stuff. I'm all right.
Oh, I
get the good portion of the chitlins before y'all get the other portions of the chitlins.
God, man. Yeah, you should really look at the stand-up comedy, man. I don't want to stroke your ego, but and I asked that question because I'm not against black people, man. I grew up seeing. Let me just give you. I don't know if you heard a couple of my episodes that I gave context. I tried my best to not come out like, oh, I'm just racist and I'm just hiding. I'm a closet right now. No. I grew up in the hood, man. I grew up in the hood, and I was like the only. I was the minority of the hood. I was I guess the 1% or whatever percentage it was of Hispanics around in the neighborhood, and I grew up being bullied, man, and just tortured. I don't want to get too dramatic, but I was bullied, right? I hated black people at that time, right? I at that moment when I was young, and you're young, you're fresh. You have a limited.
Said it right there.
Limited.
That's the key word.
Right,
you're young. You don't understand your own emotions.
Right. I hated white people too, and then I realized I hated Puerto Ricans, and I hated everybody. I hate people. I hate cow people.
Because they laugh.
Yeah.
They didn't pick on you, but they laughed at the people who was picking them.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I just try to unfold the onion that I've already unfolded multiple times, but I'm just trying to get to the breaking point of it, that I grew up into this thinking that I was racist, and then I got out of it, thankfully. I got out of that shit. But I still hold prejudices still. When I walk through this neighborhood that I live in now, and I walk with my daughter and I see 3 men, I don't care what color of the skin they are. It's the hoodie thing. When they're walking with a hoodie, I'm like, holding my baby tie, I will fuck you up, motherfucker. I'm going to fuck who you are. I already got fucked up before, caught off guard. I will fucking throw everything at you. I'm throwing my chocolate, whatever the fuck I'm wearing. It's just all these things is all misunderstandings, man. Like when this Black Lives Matter movement, right? It's a movement that was focused on police brutality, and I am with that. I am against police brutality. Doesn't matter what color of the skin you're wearing. If there's a bias against black people because, hey, you're black, I'm gonna pull you over and give you a ticket. That's a fucked up thing. I don't approve of it. You're a piece of shit. But
NWA said it best.
Yeah. Ultimately, there's a lack of perspective on all sides that. There are not a lot of cops that are like that, right? We like to say that. We like to say that the apple that spoils the bunch, all that shit. I don't want to be that guy, but I like to remind people that there is perspective of the spectrum that we lack perspective of, right? Have you ever worked as a year as a police officer? That's the question I would ask someone. Have you ever done it? If you ever worked behind a police officer, that is the one step towards the year of being a police officer, shit like that. That I only ask the question so that you can like look at it like, fuck, you know what? I don't fucking know, man. I just feel what I feel, and that's it. But understand what this other person's trying to say to you when they say that. Not to say that Black Lives Matter, the organization which I stand by, where it's like I'm against police brutality against black people in general. I'm against that. That's fucked up. You know, I stand by black people who raise their fists and say black power against these motherfuckers who are racist, who are what is the word I'm looking for? Corrupted, and it's corrupted. We all know that the criminal justice system is corrupted. We all know that the political system in the U.S. is corrupted. We all know that. Just like we know that the N-word or nigga or nigger, the context of that word has different meanings and a background behind it. Blackface has a meaning behind it. Why back then white people used it to make fun of black people. They used white people back then used to do Chinese face, whatever. All the shit that they used to do back then. No, we're not. No, we're not. No. It's not funny anymore. Stop it. It's not funny.
Oh,
you get it?
I totally get, man. I'm gonna tag you when this episode gets edited that we just got finished recording last week. I'm gonna tag you in it because here's a little bit of something what you just said. We talked about it. We talked about I don't know this guy's real name, but the cat who does is it Apu's from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
He quit doing his voice because it's offensive. And yes, please hold all chuckles, please, to the end.
I'm trying to. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know it's hard to laugh.
Just don't say what you said earlier that made me like almost lose my shit. I'm trying not to laugh.
It's hard not to laugh at ignorance. It's hard not to. But he quit because he stated it's offensive, but yet you got rich off this mud. Pin right there, just put a pin right there, and then you got these the PCers, which is society, talking about Asians, and you can't hurry up and buy, things like that, and Africans,
Yeah, I get it.
But these are things that are so-called offensive in society or to society. Excuse me. Excuse me. But here's the thing that everybody knows already, but yet here we go. Remember I said globally civilization is crybabies?
Mm-hmm.
That's the kicker. That's the catch-22 of it all. These things are so-called offensive, but guess what? These people talk like that for real. What the heck?
Right.
Indians talk like the cat who does Apu's voice. They talk like that.
Which makes it funny.
Asians talk like that. Yes, it wouldn't be funny if I was a white Indian talking in an American accent.
Right.
That's not funny.
Right.
It wouldn't be funny if I was a black Asian not talking Asian.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's just not funny like that. It is what it is. So are you telling me that how can you say that's offensive, but you got this one cat who's getting paid off being offensive like a mud?
Right.
What's that Jeff, was it Jeff Dunning or Jeff, the guy who does the puppets?
Yeah, Jeff Dunham. Yeah.
So I'm assuming that he's not offensive because he is doing all types of impersonations.
He's doing Akbar. I get you. Yeah.
What's my man? So who does Jay-Z and people who do Ari Spears. I guess he's offensive because my bad. Hold on. Here's another thing. Ari Spears not offensive because he's a black guy impersonating other black people.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. I get it, man. I totally understand you. The only reason why I brought that up is because what they did back then was like, holy shit, dude. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, you ever watch Be Water, the Bruce Lee documentary from ESPN?
No, I'm mad as heck. I missed it.
No, don't be mad. Just watch it whenever you can, man. It's a wonderful documentary. I love philosophy, man, and Bruce Lee is somebody who I appreciate so much because he's the one that
the best.
He's one. It's like people are so amazed by his kicks and his that shit. But I'm more. I love his philosophy in life, and he was like the stepping stone, giving it to us to like learn from it and take it and apply it to our lives. And he was like one of the main ones that I stepped on. That I'm like, that's a joke, but I lost the joke. But you get my point. It was a stepping stone for me to get into philosophy, so to speak, and allow myself to dig in more with Socrates, Plato, and all the great philosophers that said great things that were like, holy fuck, they thought this shit back then. But overall, the documentary did cover that stuff where they were making the Chinese culture look dumb or whatever they did. They made it look bad. Same thing they did with black culture. They made them look bad. That was the intention behind their comedy back then. Now,
Mm-hmm.
comedy, I love comedy that you're talking about. Comedy where your improvisation skills are like so on point that you sound just like a Chinese dude or Asian dude or whatever. Or your fucking, your
Exactly.
Abu is on point. Or your fucking Ali Akbar is whatever. Anything. It cracks me up because you don't look like what you sound like. It's like, oh, that's just the funniest
Yeah.
shit.
You
So,
sound just like him, man. That's funny as
yeah,
heck.
that whatever that cracks me the fuck up. That's my comedy. I grew up in that shit in that era of the '90s and the '80s and whatever the early 2000s. Scary Movie to fucking Jim Carrey to all these motherfuckers that were great, man.
But what you said that cracks me up.
Right.
That cracks everybody up. Everybody goes to comedy shows where they do this, and we all laugh at the imperfects. What is it? Imperfects? Is it huh?
Impressions.
Imperfections? That's my bad.
Imperfections. Oh, okay.
We comedy and a lot of comedy. For what I observe, I'm a horror fanatic and a comedy person. I grew up on horror movies and comedy. Those are my thing.
Same here.
So over the years I have learned a formula of it, and or at least what I think is a formula of it.
It is a formula.
And,
it's a formula. Yeah.
But comedy is what makes comedy funny for the most part, and from my perspective, is that it's a over exaggerated truth.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what makes it funny. Like, we know dang gone well you ain't in the freaking carpool with 100 cats in the car, but that's funny because what the car looked like and how you said the joke. Man, I'm in the car in this freaking Nissan with 100 cats trying to get to. Man, we know you ain't got 100 cats in this freaking Nissan, but it's funny because you are over exaggerating the truth and telling a story with it.
Right. Right.
Now, you said that's funny to me. It's funny to everybody because everybody laughs at the imperfections of reality. Because what do you see when a black person is on the stage telling his white jokes? The white people cracking the heck up at it because they know it's freaking true.
Right.
What do you see when the person is doing an impersonation of anybody? Typically, if you got a good camera person, they'll look for one of these nationalities that they're talking about in the audience, and they be cracking the heck up because that junk sounds funny. We laugh at the imperfections of life. We make light of the imperfections of life to help us cope with the reality of life, and everybody laughs at it. Not just you, like you said, I laugh at it. No, it's not just you. Everybody laughs at it, but we are afraid to be what me or you are practicing, which is being ourselves.
Right.
Like everybody's afraid to be themselves. Society frowns upon you being yourself, which is everybody out here trying to be normal. Like, no, society is normal. Nobody is normal, but nobody want to admit it. Everybody is abnormal. Everybody is abnormal, because if we were all normal, then we will all have the same personalities. We will all either be racist, or we will all either be open-minded, or we will all be closed-minded. Nobody is normal, but society in this, so what we call the system, thrives off driving a civilization to what it wants it to be.
Right. There's a lot to unfold with that. For one, I want to say that for what I understand about who we are, as in who you are, the I, the self, and all that. This is all like neuroscience and meditation and all that. But who you are, and who we are, who I am, it's all subjective / a reflection to our experiences in life. I think, it's hard to explain that, but everything that I have been through in my past and everything that my eyes have consumed and my experiences, all that shit it reflects back into from your brain and it comes into reality to who I am. So when I say I laughed at that thing, I often try to just use that as language.
Remember, I understand. Remember,
I know.
I get you.
I know you get me. I'm just speaking terms for everyone, the broad audience. But ultimately, what we all laugh at is subjective to our experiences, I think. So not everyone. Oh.
Oh no! You said experiences or experiments?
Both. Fuck. Experiment. This all shit to me. This whole life is it's an experiment, man. This whole life that we live, this is an experiment. Human beings, the dinosaurs, all the shit that existed on this planet, this whole universe. You can go back, man, to my brain to what I understand about life. Is that this is on an experiment, whether it was created by God, whether it was created by aliens, whether it was created by us, ourselves, whatever. It can go
God
far.
Is an alien.
Yeah. God is an alien, whatever. We don't know the truth.
Said so.
Yeah.
Ezekiel said so, but nobody want to talk about Ezekiel.
Yeah. So we don't have the truth in our hands. We just have these ideas and thoughts that come into play that we're like, you know what? I think this makes sense. So that was going back to that puzzle shit that I mentioned earlier about what you were doing. You're giving me the puzzle pieces, and you're saying this is what you understand, and I'm just saying, yeah, that's hey. What about this puzzle piece? You seen those puzzle pieces too? And you're like, oh yeah, I saw that. Oh okay, this is what conversations are. It's like I bring up the other puzzle pieces about what about aliens? Did they create us? How about the aliens are providing us these thoughts that are allowing me to speak? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on, man. Like, because what I understand about unconscious and consciousness, I don't want to get too much details with that, is that we don't have control over a lot of things that we do. We don't have control over the fingertips that we think we have control over. Like, you think I'm doing this? No, I'm not doing that. All this shit is interactive with my brain. My brain is doing all this shit, and I'm just reacting. I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing this.
But are you inducing your brain to make you do that?
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. Like, I forget this. I forget what they said about that shit. But good point. Are you inducing this idea of moving your finger to create that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I even thought of that. I don't even know how you said that.
See, but what you said though, is what other people don't want to talk about. Like, it's okay to talk about these things. Yes, there is a such thing as stupid questions. There are.
There's a lot of them. I ask stupid questions all the time.
But that's exactly what I was about to say. It's okay to ask those stupid questions. Just somebody may call you out on it, but you would get your answer. Yeah. It's okay to ask some stupid questions. Yeah, it's stupid. I'm one of the people. I would call you out like, man, you know, dang on well, the freaking sky is freaking not blue.
Right.
So how you gonna sit here and tell me the sky blue? Well, just look up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so again, stupid question, ask them, but no, it's a stupid question.
Right. You know it's a stupid question. It's stupid, but hey, I'm gonna answer it anyway because he's asking. At least he's asking, or she is asking. My wife and I talk about this shit where it's being comfortable to know that you don't know shit, man. Like if you don't know something, just be comfortable with like you don't know. It's fine. I don't know. This is why I call this show William Knows Nothing, because I have to remind myself all the time, William, it's okay. You don't know. Just say it. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
How can you call me a know-it-all when I already told you I don't know? I'm not a very smart person. I already acknowledged that earlier in the conversation, but you still calling me a know-it-all or a holier than thou person, but I already stated that I'm not.
Yeah.
This is just what you're choosing to want to take in versus what is actually being said.
The feelings or the insecurities that they feel, that they use that as a language to tell you that you think you're a know-it-all, so whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
exactly. I told you I'm in a dictionary often, so that tells you that I'm not a know-it-all. Because why else would I be in a dictionary if I already know these words?
Right.
You know.
Yeah. We're wrapping it up soon because I know you got to go. to do
No,
your
I
thing?
actually got a confirmation from my man that we gotta have to reschedule it for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So hey, we can go on with this, or we can.
We could flip it to yours.
Man, I'm actually comfortable with
Just this?
keeping it on. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can show you the
And
file, whatever you want to do.
yeah, and then
Swap cast, whatever.
or it could just be your show, but
I don't
probably anyway. We about to talk. Some
Yeah.
more, I guess,
We can make this both. We can mash our shows together. This is I'm William Know Nothing, and this is what's your show called, Ariane?
Well, I guess I'm the
For
host
this show.
of whatever talk.
Okay.
But for this particular show that what you're saying, collab with is challenge your beliefs.
Okay, there. So this is challenge your beliefs mixed up with Williams Know Nothing. It doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. Like, this is, to me, we're working together anyway. We're collaborating our ideas, and we're having a conversation. To me, is I will give you this file, and you can take it and put it on your show and say this is your show. You know what I'm saying? We just cool.
Awesome.
Real fast. Not that I want to make sure that because you said this is challenge your thoughts now, too. I want you to challenge my thoughts. I love it because I was telling my wife this shit earlier. I said I love it when someone says challenge your beliefs. You said that earlier, I think, and because I don't. Yeah, because I don't hold attachments to my beliefs or thoughts. I meditate so much that things come to me, and I'm like, I don't know how this came to be, man. But hey, let me just go with it. Go with the flow. If I don't know, I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. Whatever. What's right is what works for you ultimately. If, so to speak, Black Lives Matter, the organization, if it works for you, because this overall spreads the message of we need to bring awareness that Black lives do indeed matter, dude. And we need to stop this police brutality against these motherfuckers that don't do anything to them. Like, what are you doing, motherfucker? 7 shots in his back? Why? Is there a reason? Can we get answers, please? Do we have any justice for this fucking cop that's getting away with murder, so to speak? Or not murder, but close to murder. Whatever. Attempted murder.
It's murder. It's murder. It's more murder than anything.
There's more murder than anything with other cases. And then the usual people say, oh, well, all lives matter because even Hispanics and Native Americans and white people, too, are affected by this. Hey, they need to speak up, too. And, hey, as a person I don't care about my heritage. I care about it in the sense that I acknowledge that I'm Puerto Rican. I acknowledge that I'm Hispanic or whatever. But I don't have an attachment to it that I'm like.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Good.
You Hispanic?
Yes.
You Hispanic?
Yes.
And you've been saying the word nigga freely?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, I'm Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans have black in them. They're African, too.
Wait a minute. You Puerto Rican?
Yeah,
you
man.
Saying the word nigga freely?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You kind of got almost the same complexion. You trying to take my spot in the house?
I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna say it, but I am not a house nigga. I don't even know what that is. That shit is still hilarious to me. I'm still thinking about it. Like, what's a house nigga? Tell me, please, with context.
No, for real.
Like, I know you were joking earlier, and what is the meaning of that? Like, I have to know.
Oh, so you don't know what?
No, I don't.
The term house nigga. Oh,
no,
okay, house nigga
I laugh at it. It's just the words are patterns to me, and it's just that was a connection of like it made me like want to die of laughter because it sounds funny.
I get it, and you're gonna laugh again once you understand it.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Right.
Is that basically a house nigga is the light skinned slave.
Oh,
that's all it is.
Okay, that's all it is. I get it. Oh, see, I'm slow. See, I just told you. I just pressed my brain was like, oh.
Yeah, typically, and this is typically because it's a dark past.
This is a dark
for the light skinned blacks is because we're a direct product of master raping mom or grandma.
Yeah.
So
it's a horrible past, man.
Yeah, but by the lighter the skin was,
I get it.
We were considered more fair. We were considered more like them.
Yeah.
So we were able to roam with them, at least in their houses.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
I don't know why. I see my brain went elsewhere with that. When you said house thing, I'm like, what you mean like you just like to stay in the house and you don't want to do anything to do with outside in the hood? I don't fucking.
Hey, that's what it is now.
Yeah. Because Technically, I'm a house nigga, but I don't know. Like, I don't. I like to stay the fucking house. I don't like. I like to go out when I can, but I want to be around people.
Yeah, they also got better privileges, which is also here's some more history. They also got treated better than the dark skinned ones. So over the years of this, what is called inherent thought process, the generational thought process of, you're a racist and you don't even know why you're a racist. Pretty much, you were just taught to be this way because you're not born this way. So you have a nutshell knowledge of that. Transfer that some over to the lighter, more fair-skinned black people. Like, we were black, but we got treated better.
Right.
And throughout the generational thought process, we got what is called bougie blacks. We thought we were better than the darker blacks. Because that was their way of separating us.
Okay, so you just added to the context of why I see that people that are darker tone, whatever, black in general, that are darker than the light-skinned blacks, that they're like, yeah, you have light skin privilege now, whatever the word is.
Yep, I've heard of light skin privilege.
That makes me understand that more. It's still kind of like I want to be able to understand everything, right? I have perspective with that, and I get it. We all come from a history of fucked up people, man. White people been back then, and whatever, the Europeans, whatever you want to call them, Caucasians, whatever they were back then, and then back then, 1900s, and all the way down to whatever, humans were disgusting, man, and I get that. But
it kind of sucked.
We have to look at it like it was 100 years. It's only been 100 years of our human lives that we've been making steps and progress towards a better society for ourselves.
Are you hearing? Are you hearing and processing what is coming out of your own mouth?
What do you mean?
Yeah, no, I'm saying, like, dude, that's not a freaking long time.
Oh, no, I know it's not a long time. Yeah. I'm not saying that's like fucking 1,000 years ago, man. I'm saying it's only been 100 years, so whatever, exactly. How many years?
Only
technically,
100 years. That's some BS right there.
Yeah, technically.
Only 100 years.
Yeah.
Like, my grandma still, my grandma not having this, but I'm just saying that's how short of we were just in bondage.
A human ago. One human life ago.
About some years ago. Some years ago, relatively of time.
Yeah.
Like, my grandma having minor setbacks of what massa did.
Right. So, with that being said, though, this is what I love. See, when you learn about that, it's like, damn, that shit was like around the corner in a sense when you think about it. It's good to acknowledge that because it allows you to eliminate some ways of thinking that gives you a bigger, broader perspective of human life in general. And this is why if you have any kind of like dislike or distaste for a black person, so to speak, or any kind of person of color, whatever, I'm a person, whatever, you look at it and like, dude, it's only been a person or a couple of years ago that they've been allowed to be free, man, to establish themselves into society, that we need to stop fucking. Oh,
you said free. We left with the illusion of free.
Okay. I don't want to. That's a loose term. What I mean by free
it's a loose term. Hey, I get you.
We have a limited perspective of the limited amount of freedom that we get to use, dude. We and you, we don't have complete 100% freedom to strip butt naked and run around in circles and do whatever the fuck we want, but we have the freedom to look. My daughter right now is comfortable. She's chilling. For my way of living. What I have finally come to here of being in this house that I am renting in the hood, that no one's bothering my child, no one is bothering my wife, no one is bothering me, man. I'm able to have this conversation with you wherever you live at, and we are just able to have the freedom. It's a limited amount, it's a bubble, whatever, but we're still here, like able to do this. We're not like, hey, you're Hispanic and you're black or you're a light-skinned black. So you're gonna stay over there, and you're Hispanic, so you need to get back to the fucking cleaning, motherfucker, or go back in my lawn, you fucking wetback, or whatever the fuck the jokes go on. But overall, we still have something, man. We can work with it. Like fuck it, finally.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got it.
But we got to keep going. Yeah, we got to keep progressing. I get it.
And then you got oh crap, man, I forgot what I was about to say. Crap, it just went away again.
See, man, when I forget, this is how it helps me not forget. I write notes. So I don't forget. Cause I do the same shit. I'm sorry. Cause I do.
No, it's all good. But hold on, my wife's talking. I don't know if I was gonna say. It's only got me. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's you'd be amazed on. But you know what? You wouldn't really be amazed of what I'm about to say. Is that I also got a spin-off show where I talk about origins. It's the origins of stuff, just whatever it is, where I do some research and try to figure out, hey, why the heck is a pumpkin called a pumpkin?
Okay.
What's the history behind this being called a pumpkin before they actually knew what they thought what it was? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but so many origins are dark. Like it's only like 2 things. I haven't did like a lot of origin videos, but it's a very small amount of things that came from the origin of something not terrifying.
Mm.
Not even the origins of, heck, I did the origins of Father's Day. I'm like, what the heck? Fathers get the rear end even in the origins of Father's Day. It's like, just a nutshell. They did these mine workers. I'm sorry, mine workers.
Mm-hmm.
Mine collapsed. A bunch of them died, and the way of commemorating them is they turned it into Father's Day for a certain day.
Wow.
That's just a nutshell version.
Oh yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, like, when I did the origins of Mother's Day before that, and it's kind of like, well, dang, why we can't have an origin like moms? Like, y'all want to remember us after death,
right?
Versus,
versus
what the mom had to go through.
Yeah,
Mom gets Mom's Day because she was a great mom.
Right.
So the guy who died in the mine wasn't mining home great either.
Right.
But it's a lot of things that come from dark origins, and from my small amount of research, so does mankind.
I was gonna say that. I'm glad you say that. Origins of mankind, we don't know, man. Like, we just think we know. We just got science, whatever it is that they got, the evidence that they have now, but we don't know the dark side of stuff that we lack perspective. Just like the origins of, I'm hearing it recently on a podcast with Joe Rogan talking to Duncan Trussell. I'm still listening to that shit. It's 5 hours, but they were having a conversation about the origins of the founding fathers of America, of how all of it was based on sex trafficking. Like, oh, I mean, this America's soil is already disgusting as it is with the way they run shit. But on top of that, we're all based on sex trafficking. Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Shit like that. As you hear shit like that, and you're like, hey, man, you look at that. It's awful, but look where we are now. All right, let's move forward. I think it's good to look at it, understand that we got a dark past, a dark history, and the shit back then people did was like, fuck, man. I'm glad they're not doing that shit now. George Washington supposedly this is a dark, I don't know the history of this or the research. They were mentioning it, and they said they don't know the facts either, but supposedly George Washington took off the teeth of his slaves so that he can have teeth for himself, whatever. That's in a nutshell, like you, based on what they were talking about. I was like, what? Because they were talking. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Duncan Trussell was just trying to say they were talking about like whether we should knock down statues and shit, And Joe Rogan was trying to say, why just keep them up? And Doug Trussell, and then he was like, what do you think? What can you suggest other than knocking them down? Like he was like, well, keep them up, but put the thousands of slaves that he owned or whatever. That gives context to the story of how much of a piece of shit he was too. So it's like, yeah, I agree with that. Keep the fucking shit up, but show that this motherfucker owned this many slaves or whatever. He's a piece of shit too. Sure, he did this good thing. Great, he's brave, whatever. But he also fucked up. Because we can learn from that.
Also, in a nutshell, everybody, especially black people, praising Abe. Abe didn't quite want to free the slaves. It didn't quite go with his agenda at the time.
Yeah.
But he said, but him being a white person, he was like, hey, let's just do this and just, we'll get it back.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like how the white people in the government now that's come up.
Yeah.
That's true. Are probably soon to be President Biden locked away how many black folks and due to a bill that he gave the okay to?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You know, again, yeah, he's cool now, maybe. You know,
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Speaking of the origins of mankind, alters my question that I want to ask you. Now, your child, she has a mixture of you and her mom,
Mm-hmm.
and the same forth with X amount of kids that you are going to have. They're going to have a mixture of you and your mom. They're going to take after you and their mom. Some of them even develop traits from you.
Mm-hmm.
Even from the ones that get tossed in the system from birth.
Right.
And they end up finding their parents in the future, come to find out, hey, I do that too.
Right.
You know, so you develop traits and stuff. Basically, what we assume is supposed to happen when you give off offspring.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this. God supposedly created mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Mankind's nature is generally evil.
Okay.
Since we can't seem to get it right, also it seems like God can't seem to get it right neither, due to the extinction of his own creation and also sub-extinctions of certain generations and certain people, a select different people throughout the Old Testament. So it's like he couldn't get it right per se either.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What if the reason that mankind is got this just natural evil nature comes from some of the evilness that God is most certainly letting you know in the Bible that he does?
So this tangles on along with the insights that I've gathered from my own experiences that I try not to speak of because it can get lost in the
In translation.
In translation, yes. These are not beliefs. These are not, I don't hold attachments to it. But you know how they say, what if God was one of us? God created us, blah, blah, blah. The way you just explained it is based on the insight that I've come to, however it is, understand, is that we heard this many times, but we never thought of it this way. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but what if we are right? We're a product of God because we're a product of this thing that created us as a balance,
his nature.
Right? Of his nature, of everything that we are. You, me, my daughter, your mom, your wife, your kids, anybody, the world. People all the way in China, people all the way in Australia, New Zealand, whatever, all over the world. all these human beings that exist are all just different parts of God itself, whatever. And we are all somewhat gods of our own way in the smallest fraction. It's like,
yeah, we have the power to create as well. Like
yeah,
we create other us's.
This goes into the other thing that I often think about is what if our brains, because they talk about how we have millions, trillions of cells, and I'm learning about the brain, how the brain has trillions of neurons.
I think I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Oh, you can go ahead and say.
No, go ahead. I want to see. I think I know where you're going.
When you say that, I'm like, wait, is he okay? I'm just saying overall that what if we are the universe in our this whole thing? We are our own separate universe that are. I can't explain it, but
I get what you're saying. I most definitely get what you're saying.
You can bounce off of it.
I'm about to bounce off of it.
That didn't sound right at all for me and my brain. Just went that way. Go, come back over here.
Hey, man, why you gotta bring gay into it?
I'm sorry, man. I like the jokes. It's funny, man. Maybe I'm gay, man. No, I'm joking.
Hey, man, you just may be.
Nah.
It's all good.
No, don't call me gay, man. No, man. I got a wife and kids, man. No.
Hey, you happy, ain't you?
I'm very happy, actually. So I am gay. You're right. But no, man. Nah, I'm joking. But what do you call it? Just that, man. Just that this thing that we are. We look at the universe as like, oh my God, there's multiple universes. And what if we are the universe, man? That we are just this one thing that is created from this God that created multiple selves of himself, blah, 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 blah. It's just, it goes on to a lot of thinking that I'm still stopping myself from saying, because again, I don't want to get lost in translation. But
man, I feel like when people say what you just said, I'm stopping what I'm saying because I don't want to get lost in translations. Say it, man. I feel like you just say it anyway. Because
go ahead.
If I think out loud, saying things out loud, I think it helps. It helps you figure out what it is that you're trying to say,
right,
versus you keeping it all bottled up, and now you really going nuts because you're like, man, I'm wrecking my brain. If I could let me just say what it is, and then like, oh, I myself get what I'm trying to say now.
Yeah, it's kind of all right. So the way I'll bring it to you like this. What? Not saying I got abducted by aliens or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But what if
I'm going with that too? Go ahead.
What if let me bring it this way. Oh, put it this way. If I got abducted by aliens and they told me some shit that I said, "What the fuck you mean, motherfucker?" and it freaked me out, and I said, "What? This is reality." I can't say this shit to people. No one's gonna fucking believe me. They're gonna think I'm fucking psycho. I'm gonna get 302 to whatever the fucking shit is. I don't want to get put away, man. Like,
just say it anyway, man. Because
overall, right? And it's not. Oh, it cut you off again, and it froze.
There you go.
What were you saying? You said say it anyway.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
That's not what I was saying as soon as you froze.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you just said.
So what were you saying? You were bouncing off what I was just saying.
Oh, okay. First, you remember how I said that when if you're gonna talk religion, I feel like you can't just be fixated on the religion itself. Let that be the main topic, which is okay. Let me explain what challenge your beliefs is. Basically, I'm going to go through the Americanized Christianity version of God, the King James Version Bible. I picked that because, for one, that's the household. That's the household my household grew up with. That the religion my household grew up with.
Mm.
So I know more about that than any other religion, but I do know a nice amount of Greek mythology, Norse mythology, very little Buddha and Hindai, and a little bit of Muslim.
Mm.
So I'm not fluent in any, but I am most definitely dangerous to a freaking blind follower.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I call them, blind followers. Anybody who believes in God wholeheartedly, I feel like you a blind follower because you're literally following he say, she say.
It's funny. I said that in my video recently, the one I'm making that I'm going to put out there. But exactly.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
yeah. Oh no, yeah, you're following he say, she say because I find it funny. I talk to a nice amount of Christians who are, again, wholeheartedly believers. I call them blind followers. And I had a fallout with one of my dear friends of this. And because he's a blind follower. He's blind, literally, and a blind follower.
Yeah. Double whammy.
I tell him that too. I told him that too. Like, man, you blind and you blind follower.
Yeah.
But it's like you're following he say, she say, and I always get this same answer from a Christian, which is, so why do you believe in God? Like, why do you believe? Period. But they always all say faith.
Right.
Like, dude, that's not a freaking answer. That makes no sense.
Okay.
So ask this then. If you believe in God straight from faith, how come you don't believe in aliens then? Because they're both faith. They're both believing in the unseen. I don't get that, but okay, let's go with that.
Right.
Faith. So, a lot of them also stated like, I found God. I found him. I seen him. Okay. He did make us in our image. Remember that when I asked you this question, me talking to the people. If you seen God, what he look like? And they'll literally give me description. I'm like, yo, freaking blind follower. What makes you more special than the actual chosen prophets from God in the Bible? Because neither of them seen them.
Right.
And these are chosen prophets from the God that you believe in himself, according to this Bible.
Right.
So you're special enough to see him, and you're not out leading anybody, a group. You're not out leading the congregation right now. If you seen this cat, right. No, you did not see him. You did not see him. Not even Jesus seen God until he died.
Right. I want to just answer your question for the people who just say that they rely on faith. This is not the right answer, but it's just my answer, my perspective of why people believe in religion, believe in something of faith. People can't look at this life as something that is without meaning because they think that there is a set meaning to this life. They think that whatever religion they believe in, they think, well, God says in this religion that this is the meaning of life. So, hey, if he says it in the Bible, then, hey, that's the way of life. Now I got to live like that. This gives people... I had a conversation with my friend Quadro, who is a podcast that we did, a record about the simulation theory and the Matrix and all that shit. And we were getting into this shit where people put their blind faith into a religion because they need a handbook. Because he was talking, when he asked me the question, hey, we are born to this world without a fucking handbook, like, because I was telling him that our lives, human beings, are compared a lot to computers, which is bizarre to me. It's very telling too when you think about it, about the future of the species and the prediction of what we can do, what's going to happen, and blah blah blah. Whether we continue to exist, AI is going to take over, and blah blah blah. But I said, some people need a handbook because, those blind faith people, they don't know how to allow themselves to discover and explore the darkness that is reality. They don't understand it, so they need blind faith, like, what you call it, blind faith. And I agree with it. It's blind faith in something that they don't even know what's going on. They just don't even ask questions. They're scared to ask questions because there's another thing there. Yeah, go ahead.
They're scared to ask questions. First, let me say this. Sorry about the audio.
That's fine. Say
the
what you gotta
audio
say.
change. I'm in the bathroom.
That's fine.
Let me say this first. At the beginning of my show, this disclaimer will be there that I am in no way, shape, or form claiming that I am 100% on none of my theories. I am no way, shape, or form claiming that you are right on none of your theories. Now, I'm not saying you personally. I'm talking about the audience.
Yes.
And neither one of us, in my opinion, cannot be 100%, even if you are a wholehearted believe in this wholeheartedly.
Right.
There's no way possible you could be 100% because until revelations take place, you just waiting, you just hoping that it'll happen.
Yeah. Right. And that's truth, man. It's truth bombs for everybody to just relax for a little bit. Let's look at what happens in the future. We don't know. You may not exist in the future. You may die before the revelations happen to where we came from and whether we're gonna see that or not.
Oh crap. Yeah. You're nobody's going to heaven nor hell, which you can't go to hell yet because the Bible stated it's not even created yet. Only the heavens has been created. Right. So hell not even created yet. Yeah. So all you Christians are sitting and go to hell. I guess I'll be sitting at the checkout line waiting for it to be created.
Yeah. I used to joke around and say, we are in hell. God put us in hell right now. This is where we are. We're dealing with fucking rapists, murderers, pedophiles, and people we're scared of and shit. Racist people that are doing shit, systematic racism, all that shit. All this is hell. What are you talking about?
And according to the Bible, earth is literally the closest thing to being actual hell until actual hell gets created. If this stuff is real, because he even stated that God in the Bible, this is where he dwells.
Yeah. Yeah.
Devil. This is where Lucifer. He got banished here until all of that happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to. No, go ahead.
Also, I got a theory to your humans and aliens thing.
Yeah.
And you remember how I stated that if you're going to talk about something like Christianity, and I feel like you have to take in consideration of the branches of Christianity, like Catholic, Baptist, the Ethiopian, or it's other ones. I just can't think of them right now. Not saying that any of them are right. I'm just saying you have to take it into consideration because it is related to what it is you're talking about.
Right.
That being said, and this is why one of my theories is that mankind been here before Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the whole deja vu thing is something that we had locked away when he supposedly created Adam and Eve. And on top of that, Adam and Eve got banned or kicked out unlawfully because Adam and Eve wasn't, or some would say Eve, but Adam and Eve wasn't. Basically what I'm saying, mankind was not the fault of man, was not the fault at the fall of mankind, and God knows this, and he's keeping it from us.
Mm-hmm.
That is coming from the Ethiopian version of Christianity, and which is the only version of Christianity that has the Book of Enoch. You ever heard of that?
No, I never heard of it.
Okay. To put it in a nutshell, the Book of Enoch pretty much dimes out the Book of Genesis in our version, where in the American Christianized version of the King James Version, it pretty much tells on Genesis. It gives descriptions of this character. I like that choice of words, character.
Yeah.
This character called Enoch, which is in the Americanized Christianized version of the of Christians, but he's only in there for like a line or two, and then it just states God took him away. That's it. You don't hear nothing else about this cat ever in the Bible.
Huh.
But this character has 4 books, I believe. I do have them. I actually sent out for them. I was trying to actually get the whole Ethiopian Bible. I could not find it anywhere, so I was able to find the books of Enoch separately,
right,
or in one book. So I do have that. I started reading it, and the book of Ezekiel, it pretty much tells us of a civilization before Adam and Eve, and those giants. You ever read the Bible or heard of anything from the Bible other like the giants? You know, the Bible makes note of giants roam the land. You know, stuff like, you ever heard of that?
I have a vague memory. I used to go to church, different churches, Baptist, Pentecostal, whatever, different kind of Christianity churches, but I don't recall a lot of the stuff that I received. So,
Okay.
and I read the Bible
Okay.
maybe once or twice, just to cut
Okay.
my own. But yeah.
Okay. Well, in America, the King James version of the Bible, it makes mentions of giants. Like, you ever seen that anime, The Titans? I mean, Attack of Titans,
Yes.
or Attack on Titan. Giants.
Right.
It makes notes of those being on Earth at some point in time during that era.
Right.
It also made notes of what they call nymphs of Nephilim,
Mm-hmm.
which are, in some cultures, half human, half angel. But the Bible states there's something else besides that. But they did exist, according to the Bible, at some point in time. That's why I said it's strange that why is Christians not considered a mythology? Because they have things that other mythologies have in them.
Mm-hmm.
Giants, nymphs, sea creatures. They were sea creatures, giant sea creatures, dragon-like type creatures described in the Bible that swim the seas, the waters. Now, the book of Enoch gives very detailed descriptions of this civilization that existed scientists say. It tells us of the angels that came down in secrecy. They made a pact. They actually made a pact
mm-hmm.
to come down to Earth and marry and or just have sex with the females of mankind. That in return gave birth to the giants that the Bible doesn't describe. Just say, hey, giants roam the land. That's
right.
that's very vague for somebody who's trying to believe in you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's, according to the book of Enoch, those are where those giants come from. Those giants, for some reason, flip the heck out and just start consuming mankind,
mm-hmm.
and causing all the sin and all that stuff that happened. The guy caught wind of this. Now, God shouldn't be catching wind of anything. He's supposedly all-knowing, right?
Right.
He should have known about this already before it got to this point.
Right.
But okay. That being said, God caught wind of all this, got mad, punished the angels that did so, and punished mankind for doing so as well, But mankind did not know that these were angels. In the state, it let it be known that in all the punishments and all the things that happen, that so-called sin now, and or the commandments and stuff and things that happen, is because all that happened before Adam and Eve was created. God did his wipeout thing again, which, like you said, experiment. God may be a freaking scientist.
Yeah.
So that's when he created Adam and Eve. And then later on, that's when he created Adam and Eve. And then they planted these two trees in the Garden of Eden, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. They were told, where Adam was told, not Eve. Adam was told before Eve was created to not consume. You could consume of everything in this place except for this tree here. If you do that, you will die.
Right.
Well, it got me thinking about, how does Adam actually communicate with God? He was literally created a few hours ago, according to the portion where I'm at in the Bible. How did he know how to comprehend to do the things that he is doing that God is telling him?
Right.
How the heck does Adam know what to name animals? Because according to the Bible, Adam named the animals. But how the heck does he know this? How do you know to call a zebra? How do you know to call a rhino, a giraffe a giraffe? Where the heck does this knowledge of him come from? Then it got me thinking about, what the heck is this? Why is there a tree of knowledge of good and evil? If mankind was just now created, where's this evil coming from? Why does evil even exist if, according to the Bible, the universe was just created about 3 or 4 days ago?
Yeah.
So why does this evil have to even be in existence to even have knowledge of it? Therefore, Adam doesn't know this. Eve doesn't know this. It wasn't until the snake said that was a lie. Keep in mind, the snake did not tell Eve to eat the fruit of the tree, because you would be like God, know good and evil. He said what God told you was a lie, and that was the truth. And he said, if you do eat the fruit of the tree, you're going to be like God, not a God, like God, knowing good and evil. So if you bite onto one of these pieces of fruit or whatever it is on this tree that you ain't supposed to have, it unlocks something. How I find it hard to believe you just know stuff after you just bite this thing here. You unlocked something. So I'm thinking that we have knowledge in our brains that we have to unlock, which scientists have been saying, using those words, unlock, right? We have things locked away, knowledge locked away.
Yeah, a metaphor
in our
for you.
brain.
Yep, go ahead.
In our brains that for some reason became unlocked, and we unlocked, and it threw away the key to lock away the portion of curiosity. So what comes with the fruit is curiosity of knowledge that we already knew from the previous civilization before Adam and Eve, according to the book of Enoch.
Right. let me.
What do you think about that?
All that is a lot, man. That's a fun.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to process a lot of that, but I wrote down some notes that I want to go over real fast in regards to all of that. Overall, my beliefs on beliefs, so to speak, is free to the possibility that all this shit that was written before us, to me, is all just philosophy passed on from the words of many who existed before us. The Bible itself was written by man, by whoever, by whatever, that tried to pass a message, and it became what it is today because of fluff. People fixing shit up and changing the story because maybe they don't want you to know the truth. Maybe they say maybe it's too much that we know that this is causing people to act out of pocket. So maybe we need to flip it up or whatever and add some Noah's Ark shit that makes them look at that instead of looking at the deeper ends of what you're trying to bring out into fruition.
Oh yes, most definitely.
So
most definitely.
This conversation itself can be too much for the one being to consume, for them to say, what? What do you mean? What? What are you saying? That none of this shit is real? What? And then they get hurt. They want to kill themselves. Maybe. The reason why I tell you that I'm scared to bring the stuff up that I have insights is that I don't want people killing themselves over this shit, man. Like when I talk about simulation theory, when I say, man, this is all an illusion, man, or you're in a dream right now. Not to say that this is true, but whatever. There's a possibility that we could all be plugged in and we're not even aware of it. That we're plugged into a different. I have this theory, in a nutshell, that we are right now in a simulation because we created all this. We created robots that created this to keep us going, to make us think that we're living in this life experience, that when we poke ourselves or pinch ourselves, we bleed. This is all created by us, blah, 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 blah. Then I go to another theory that man was created by God and God is us, God is blah, blah, blah. All the universe is made to make us think the way we think because we need to live this life ultimately. And it all comes down to us. This is why one of my slogans is value your life, value your time, because we are brought here into this earth, this planet in which we exist on. I'm going to play with this too. When you brought up evil, why does evil exist? Why does the sun exist? Why does the solar system exist? Why is the sun? I'm bouncing it because
God said so.
Why does this sun right there, that far distance that is right there with Earth, that there's no movement between them that shifts, that causes us to freeze to death or causes us to burn to death? Why is it just perfect the way it is, the balance of sun and the planet and the way everything runs?
Like that thought.
The only reason why I'm thinking this thought is because Joe Rogan and them, they were talking about it, but I bounced off my idea when I said, why does good and evil exist? It's a balance, man. We need evil because there would be no good without evil, blah, blah, blah. If there was only good and that's it, there would be this Pleasantville. Who knows how humans reacted. Maybe we lived off of this experience already of all good things. And then we fucked it up because we were like, this is too perfect. And then somebody probably slipped and caused the imperfection of the balance, like the way the sun is always there and planet. Maybe that was a thing, that we always had this perfect life, but humans and our imperfections created this good and evil thing, and now that sprouted into the Adam and Eve thing, where Eve is the metaphor for the person who fucked it all up, and now we have evil and good, and now we're like this trying to like play with it, man. It can go anywhere with our metaphors and our ideas, but ultimately, man, you think about...
That's why I said none of my theories are 100%.
Yeah.
And neither can yours be. Theirs are just stuff to conversate on.
Yeah, it's just to play with it, man. It's like, where does it take you? What can you... Just don't take it out of context and then say, what? And then just like, fuck this then. What's the point of being good then? Or what's the point...
Exactly.
Yeah, it's... The point of being good, if you want the answer to that, is to live your life, man, to the best way that you can, so that you can provide the balance of the good side, or if you're aware that you're...
to what reward, though?
Yeah, say it again.
But to what reward?
The reward of human life continuing to exist, not destroying each other. If there was only evil, then we would be extinct, I think. I feel like we would be so evil to each other that we just kill each other off and that's it. We're done. Like the dinosaurs, whatever, how long. Well, the dinosaurs lived a long time, though, supposedly. But it's just you play with these thoughts, man. You're like, I don't know, man, but I just want to be a good person to the best way I can. I don't want to be biased. I don't want to. I don't
Yeah,
want to be
yeah.
evil. I don't want to be racist. I don't want to be. I don't want to hate anybody. Like I do hate people too, but I want to love people too. I want to find a reason why I love them. I love them because of this, but I also hate them at the same time. There's a balance.
Exactly.
There's moderation,
Exactly.
and I think all this shit comes into play. Like no matter what you believe, what you think, I feel like all of it plays itself out anyway. We don't have control over what the universe is going to do, right? We don't have control over whether the sun is going to get closer and burn us or just whatever it's going to do. There's theories that it's going to cause, there's going to be like solar flares that's going to kill some of us, whatever. There's also the coronavirus and other viruses that are here to kill us. Cancer.
Australia.
What? Australia is here to kill us?
Not the people, the freaking continent, the freaking every single creature on that thing can kill you.
Oh, okay. Wait, explain, because I'm not able to process it.
No, I was just making a joke of all the creatures that stay on the continent, Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they own some other shit.
Yeah,
they
here to take you out. It's not one fly that couldn't kill you.
Yeah. So I like perspective on that. That's why I was like, wait, I gotta get this. I gotta understand it. It's just like the under the sea, man. We don't know what the fuck's going on down there. That could be alien life. That all that the octopus and shit that changes colors and camouflages. That could be a fucking alien, man. We don't know. We don't know what the fuck's an alien or not.
Did you get what could possibly be the alien theory?
Was that
of what I told you when I said? Well, let me get this from you. Sorry. When I had said that the angels came down and
okay.
That right there entails that somewhere within our DNA, according to science, somewhere within our DNA, if biology works the way I explained it when I said that, hey, your daughter has the traits of you and her mom, will deep down in our DNA somewhere, according to this version of religion, we get the traits of angels in our DNA.
Right.
And or aliens, which I lean more towards that because we have zero evidence that God and or Jesus ever existed.
Yeah.
Like literally zero evidence.
Yeah.
But we have at least some type of multiple versions of evidence that aliens may exist. And this is where I say you are another reason of being a blind follower is that your Bible literally tells you this. Like the book of Ezekiel, which is a prophet that God chose, straight up tells you vague descriptions of what the heck came from the sky, the heavens. And it gave a very vague description of, not like facially wise, but it gave a vague description of a humanoid creature sitting in a throne-like chair that was said to be God. The Bible itself stated that God said, I am your Lord.
Yeah.
So that right there tells me like you are straight up a blind follower, which I get it. Your religion tells you to blindly follow. I get it. If that's what you truly believe. And by you being mankind, you just absolutely have to believe in something. You just cannot. You believing in nothing is you believing in something.
Yeah. I'm gonna real fast. I don't want to cut you off, but I want to give you an example of that. Believing that mankind has to believe in something, right? For me and you, if I know you enough that how far we've spoke so far, you are able to read multiple Bibles. I don't read Bibles. that's a lot.
Hold on. These were audible. A lot of this stuff I'm at work. And I work
you're
with
listening.
my hands.
You're listening to these Bibles.
Yes, but I'm mixing the two though.
My right, reading, listening, consuming,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
digesting. All what I'm trying to say is, when I'm going back to the belief of what consciousness is and its contents. We use our senses to gather data, information, and recollect it, and it becomes our reality. That's what I'm saying overall with
Mm-hmm.
you.
Oh, okay.
So
I get
you're
that.
open-minded to do whatever it is, whatever way you're, whether you're eating it physically or you're
Mm-hmm.
just listening or whatever. You are open-minded to the possibilities that, oh, this and this and this, all this could be something that we can mash together. What is the truth out of all of this? Is there something to be
Yeah.
said? You know what I mean? That
Mm-hmm.
is me and you. Me and you are open to the possibilities, man. Like, we're
Mm-hmm.
not restricting access to the door that's open for Christianity or Catholicism or Muslim or whatever else there is. But you get what I'm saying? We're not
Mm-hmm.
restricting access to the wisdom, man, that's out there for us to consume and put together. Let our creative minds flow together, unite as one, as the species that we are. We're thinkers, we're creative beings that allows us to get closer to the truth of what we are and why we exist. We just get in our fucking way, man. Like, we confine our ideas to a book and say, this is it. This is the fucking truth. The fucking Bible,
Yep.
man. We'll put it out there and people are going to believe me. And that's it. And you got to pay me $1,000 because Jesus said so. You got to pay me $1,000 to worship my, to pay off my shit while I
Yeah.
fuck my wife and
That,
fuck your wife and whatever.
yeah. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention real fast is me meditating, right? My own experience
Mm-hmm.
of meditating and all that. There's different ways of meditating, by the way. There's different
Yep.
styles, but the one I'm speaking of is based on my own experiences of obtaining experiences that the person would not be able to understand is is too hard for them to think about or process. I can't explain it. Do you drink beer? Oh, you were
No.
okay. You were smoking earlier, right? And
You caught that, huh?
yeah, of course, I'm aware. uh, but when you smoke, right? I cannot smoke what you smoke, right? I can only smoke
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit. I'm good. I'm chilling. You have a larger range of smoking, right? So what I'm trying to say with that
Tolerance.
tolerance, thank you. What I'm trying to say is not a lot of people have tolerance for this information that we are able
Mm-hmm.
to
Exactly.
conceive.
Exactly.
Get my point.
Yep.
This is tolerable. This is why people are blindly restricting access to their, the information that they receive because their tolerance level. If you receive too
Mm-hmm.
much,
Yeah. Yep.
whatever, kill themselves, kill their wives, kill their husbands, kill whoever, kill their kids, and then that's it. It's like you're fucking everything up, man. And then you're messing it up for all of us, man. Like, this is why good things. This is why I tell you I have to be careful what I even tell you. I want to be open. If I stop recording, I will tell you everything that I gathered, but I still need to be mindful what I say to this audience that is listening or whatever. You get my point?
Yeah, I get you, and
To
that's
your
why you
audience too,
have.
by the way. It's
Yeah,
your audience.
yeah, and but that's why you have your audience, and that's why people who are accustomed listening to me know that you're going to get it that way.
Right.
So we are, yes. So you do have people that take interest, but like I stated, nobody wants to be themselves
Yeah.
because society frowns upon that.
Yeah.
So, and what me and you are we just two people that showing courage.
Courage to think, to be creative, to
Yeah.
allow freedom of thought to flow. And what is this? What is that? Question things.
Yeah, you get question. Like I think I've said earlier here, like I question everything. Like I'm not gonna blindly follow nothing. I got somebody handed me a contract and they was explaining, you know how you only gotta sign things and it'd be like, well, this is for blah blah blah, and this initial here and initial there, and this is for blah blah blah, initial there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Somebody gonna say this is for blah blah blah, and you have the right to say that you don't want whatever. And I'm like, what do you mean I already got the right to say no to whatever it is that you. I don't have to sign an issue here to say that I have the right for not to. What the heck?
Right.
That don't make that makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
But you blind followers just go blah 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 blah, and now your whole freaking family tree, the government got it.
Yeah. Or
You know what I'm
whoever.
saying?
Or whoever created.
or
Yeah.
whoever got it.
Yeah.
Or whoever got it.
Whoever's creating that thing of which you are blindly believing in.
Yeah.
It's interesting and fascinating to me, man. This is what amazes me about human beings is the balance of everything, of the people who are, I don't want to put us on a pedestal or whatever, but the people like us that are able to think freely, and the people who are
hey man,
go ahead, you can fix it. Do whatever you gotta say.
Put that freaking pedestal out there, because guess what? You're already on a pedestal to them anyway.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And so you cannot stop offense. You can't stop it.
No, you're right.
Inevitable.
Right, you're right.
The person is going to get offended because the person is going to get offended, no matter what.
Right.
This person got offended that they woke up this morning.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to get offended anyway. So I say what I want to say.
You say what you say.
And I'm saying that, but know that I'm saying it respectful though.
Right.
I'm not. This is the difference between me and you and what I just stated. I mean, what you just stated.
Mm-hmm.
How we are able to question, or how we are able to actually come up, the capabilities to actually come up with the type of questions that ain't nobody else is saying, or ain't nobody else got the courage to say. You know, stuff like that. Because here's what me and you don't do that all these religion people do. All these religious people do. And again, for you religious people, I get it. Your religion tells you to do this. So in order for you to actually believe in what you say you believe in, I get it. Do it.
Yeah.
You know, because you're standing true to what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where you don't stand true into what you believe in and contradicts the whole entire religion and bring forth people like you and I, is that it's not one point of time where I beat down the religion of Christianity in all the stuff I created. I stated exactly what the Bible stated, so I can't really beat it down if that's what it's saying. But they were straight up tell me that I'm wrong. How you gonna say something like that? God would never do this, and do you know God loves you? I'm like, no, I don't know God love you. I don't even know that you love me because I just met you today.
Right.
Have you never met the guy? I don't care what you say. You haven't met the guy.
Yeah.
But difference is I'm not beating that down your throat. I'm not saying you're wrong for believing in what you believe in. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to convert you into what I believe in. I am aware that whoever is speaking whatever, the side effect to that is gaining followers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of that, but anywhere I go, I'm not beating you down, and here you are crashing, doing the opposite of what your religion straight up tells you. But then again, no, you're not. Because here it is again, the Bible, all this killing over religion, you know, war over religion. You don't believe in what I believe in, so you're gonna die now. Again, I get it. I don't condone it, but I get it, because literally God tells you to do that in the Bible. If thy brother strays away from thy religion and try to convert you, you have the right to stone him to death. That's killing somebody for not believing in what you believe in. That's killing somebody for not even converting over to what you believe in. That's killing somebody over a person or entity that you have never ever met but heard a story of from your granddaddy, and now you believe in this cat, and your granddaddy ain't never met the man.
Yeah.
But I'm not beating you down, but here you are throwing all of what I'm saying in my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That's whack. That's whack.
Yeah, there's a lot of and I don't know about all religions, but I know most religions that I'm aware of. There's a lot of contradictory in their messages, and this is what you're trying to propose to them. Is you're being a hypocrite. You're telling me this, thou shalt not kill, whatever. One of the commandments is not thou shalt not kill, whatever. But here you are in this part of the Bible where it says thou shalt throw a stone if thou does not believe, whatever the passages are. I don't want to misquote, but you know what I mean. It's all we're trying to say is, man, like, why is this saying that, man? But you're talking about not killing, but killing at the end of it. Wait, what? Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
So
your God is not this all-knowing, loving entity like y'all see him as. Like, this is one. I'm gonna say this last thing real quick. Is that when whoever take interest into any of this, do this. When you read the Bible, try your best to do as less translating as possible. And I'm talking about even the so-called parables that Jesus only speaks in. This guy is not telling you a straight up answer about anything. And he also tells you that he's straight up deceiving you on purpose with parables. He straight up tells you that.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you got an example or? Sorry, I'm just asking. And
I'm glad you bring that up too, as far as an example, but you ask for an example versus asking for where he say that at.
Oh,
I don't like to answer. Yeah, no, but I like that. Hey, an example. Yeah, I can give you plenty of examples. First of all, I'm not claiming that I am fluent in. Again, I say that earlier. I'm not fluent in this religion,
okay,
or right. Any of the religions that I'm in. But again, I do read.
Right.
I do research.
Like you're saying, for me to understand, you're saying you recall seeing stuff like that, but you can't really.
Yeah, I can tell you. I can tell you the book, and I can probably tell you the passage. But
you have to go back to it. Right. I'm not asking you. Hey, give me the exact wording of what you read. No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm glad that you worded it that way. Give me an example versus where he say that at. What script is that?
Oh, like, yeah.
Even if I 100% know where to find it at, I'm not going to give it to you.
Right.
Because I want you to do exactly what it is that I did to get me to the point of why I'm thinking this way, which is read.
Right.
Because for one, for you to be like straight up that mad at me about this is that you're not reading. Like, you don't quite actually believe in it yourself for you to be that mad at me. That's how I see it. Because well, before I say that, let me get to what I was saying.
No, go ahead. My fault.
Yeah, translate. Try your best to translate as less as possible. Don't try to say, well, what he mean by this when he said this. No, that's you translating. We've been doing that forever. Try something different. Not translating, because for some reason mankind got to translate stuff. But I find it funny is that we have revised versions of the Bible, and basically what a revised version is my bad. What Jesus really said was,
yeah,
that's basically what a revised version is.
Yeah.
Therefore, These Bibles have already been translated, scripted by people who supposedly knows how to read Greek, Hebrew, and all this stuff
Latin.
Fluently.
Right.
Latin fluently. They know how to read this stuff fluently, but for some reason, they don't know how to translate it fluently.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how crazy that sounds out loud?
Yeah. Yeah.
It wouldn't be a need to revise anything if you wasn't trying to construct something into your narrative.
That's what a lot of people are doing that today. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you read the Bible, don't translate anything, because what I've noticed from doing that is the freaking Bible is straight up telling you exactly the type of character that your God is, and he is not this loving, all-knowing person. Just every single war in the Old Testament, at least, was orchestrated by God himself, stated from the Bible. The Bible stated God said. The Bible stated God did. It's not Moses said God said. It's never that. It's not Noah said God said. It's not that. It's the Bible is stating God is doing these things. So just take that into consideration, like when you read it. Like, there's no need to translate. If I don't see how you got all-knowing, loving, merciful character for banning somebody for eating a piece of grape. That's not merciful and loving.
Yeah.
Do you ban your kids for dropping the plate or the apple or whatever out the kitchen the first time? The second time, you give them chances before even doing something of that nature. But this guy kicked y'all out and then said, you know what? My bad, but you ain't getting back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice little lesson.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, try to read it out loud. Every time you try to read it, even if you got to read it out loud a little bit, like not loudly so everybody can hear it, you might not want to everybody know you reading the Bible, whatever it is. Just try to read it out loud and listen to what you're saying. Listen. Again, this is the stuff that I get out of the Bible. That's why I say, if you gave me where he say that at, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to say, read it like I did, because I could be spewing some craziness. And for you to be following me without reading, then you just like the Christians I just tried to tell y'all about.
Right.
So read it like me and see what you get out of it. This is my experience from it. Read it out loud. Listen to how that sounds. Does that sound crazy or not crazy to you? It's a lot of, these people who be shooting up churches, and they be like, God told me to do this, and the devil. Look, again, this is me and my experience from what I got, and what I got when I said read it straightforward. Every word that is the way the word is laid out in the sentence, read it like that. God is telling these cats to do things like that.
Right.
So everybody that's saying that these people are crazy on the corner when they be spewing these verses or telling them that God told me to shoot up this church, again, I'm not condoning it, but if you believe in this, believe in it wholeheartedly like you say that you do, and look, own up to your God.
Yeah. Yeah,
the guy
no one wants
is
to do
telling
that.
The guy is telling people to do that.
Yeah, it's funny because you say that, own up to your God, and this is why I question religion all the time. I let people have their, like, I know you're not, you said it earlier, you're not trying to tell people what to believe in, but it's I don't question people. I just let them believe whatever they want to believe, unless they want to
Yep.
have a conversation. We can have a conversation, but I'm not
Yep.
gonna fuck with you and your beliefs. But ultimately, the question I often ask is, God is only good, and God only I notice every time someone dies, so to speak. Oh man, God just wanted to take the person away, and he did it for an early age because he just wanted to do that. And then sometimes people, oh God, why? This is like everyone flips the narrative about God when they don't want to blame God. They want to look at him as a positive way and say, God did this, but why? Why so early? She was only 6 years old, taken away from me. Oh, I guess God wanted to take her away. She's in heaven right now, and that's
Yep.
just the way of the Lord.
Yep.
Because people are looking for the positive of the
He's
thing. Like,
loving and merciful, though,
yeah,
baby.
yeah.
He's loving and merciful,
Yeah,
baby.
it's like I often ask, it's like, okay, if God really loves you, okay, so why does pedophiles and rapers and whatever, all these rapists and people that are bad, why is that here? You think that
Mm-mm.
another thing I often ask is when people say, I am blessed. Oh my God, look at me, I am blessed. Look at my house, God blessed me with this. Oh, so God blessed you because you're special. But the people over there that don't have a house, that are homeless right now, that are suffering, who's 6 years old, and now they're in a, whatever you call that, adoptive care, whatever you call that. You know what I'm
In
saying?
the system.
Yeah, in the system. Or people who got kidnapped and now they're in a different system of living. Oh, God didn't love them because no. Well, God loves me. I'm blessed. So I hate when people say blessed. It's like that's so fucked up. And sometimes I find myself wanting to use it like, oh, like I'm blessed. I don't even say that. I say I'm grateful. I have gratitude for the way I live right now because
I like that.
gratitude is everything to me. It's another way of saying bless, but I don't like that word because it's just like God blessed you, but not these other people. You know what I mean? Gratitude
You
is.
know,
You go ahead.
Christians are the biggest hypocrites
Oh,
of religion. I just want to piggyback on what you said. When when people die who believe, oh Lord, take me, and this and this and that.
yeah.
What do this is why I would like to have conversations with so-called blind followers, like it actually have an open conversation, because again, if you're a blind follower, there's no way possible you could be open-minded.
Right.
But so that being said, this is how I know you are like really, really afraid of the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
You don't embrace the unknown, which is, it's a very, very scary thing, but the unknown is extremely good, in my opinion. That being said, again, what do people say, the believers and the perpetrators of believers, is when somebody died, the Lord took him home, he's at home now, he's in heaven. What usually follows from the same person that said that the next morning?
I don't know. You can finish that. I can't think right now on that.
They praise the Lord
Oh, okay.
that they woke up the next
Oh,
morning
right.
and is living.
Right.
But if your loved one is at home right now with your Lord God, why are you not rushing to get there?
Right. I get what you're saying. Like, why are you still going on if you're the one that God take? Yeah.
Yeah, like why you still praising the man if he left you here and he don't want you at home?
Right. Because Lord knows, as they say. It's a lot, man. You got
that entails that you have questions, but you don't want to ask.
because
You are afraid. You're afraid
because it says don't question God, right? Something like
what?
it says something like that.
They
Believe
say
in
that,
me, and that's it.
Yeah, they say don't question God, but they also say in the same breath, "Ask and you shall receive."
That's like I said, man. A lot of contradiction in that fucking shit, man. That's why I stopped fucking with it. But yeah, go ahead.
This is probably why they scared. Another theory of mine, why they are scared to actually own up to the questions that they want to ask, is that people who ask questions in the Bible, they got their answer. but at a price.
Right. Right.
So that, that generational thought process of actually getting people to believe in all this stuff. So hey, inherent thought process. Now my kid is a believer, but the kid knows nothing about what he's believing. He just that way because the household is that way.
Yeah.
It's, come on, you have questions, but you're afraid to believe, and probably because of that theory right there. They got the answer, but it came at a price.
Right. It's tough to understand, man, how wisdom and knowledge and philosophy in general, it passes on to us, and it's like how we take care of that responsibly, right? Some people use it for power, use it for control. I had this other theory that a lot of humans just like to control each other, man. That's another reason why I think religion exists, because people want to control each other. They want, like the government, the systems, criminal justice systems, where they put somebody with a bag of weed away for 25 years and leave a person going free for 5 years who fucking raped a child. Like, what? What are you talking about? It's just
fear is a mofo, man.
Yeah.
Fear is a mud. That's what it's all because of. Fear.
It's a lot to unfold, and I definitely want to have this conversation with you more. Like, just keep going. Next podcast, next episode, bring you back. Whatever, I'll be
whenever
on your.
You're free, man.
Yeah, for sure. But I wanted to just end it with
your froze up on me.
Let me know when I'm back.
They trying to keep us from talking, man. The people, they always do this to me every time I get on and talk.
Yeah, what is it called? The NRA or whatever it is. They're watching us. Or the Overlord.
You was hearing me. You was hearing me.
Yeah,
I didn't hear you at all.
You watched The Matrix, right?
Yeah.
A friend of mine said, The Matrix, man.
I heard the episode. I'm the same way.
Oh, The Matrix, man. The fucking, what do you call that? The agents are stopping us from revealing the truth, man, because they don't want us to know, man.
because they can't have too many people with courage.
Yes, too much, yeah.
Because and society also feeds off that, because the person with courage is made to look like the crazy.
Yep.
And people don't want to look like the crazy because the rest of society will see them in this view that they don't want to be seen in.
Right.
Versus actually saying what's on your mind.
Right. You can't be the black sheep, so to speak.
You
can't be the different sheep, because then you're considered the person that needs to die. You're going over there. What are you doing? That's a weirdo. Yep. Let's get rid of them.
No, actually, if they keep a percentage of the ones like me and you, if they keep a percentage of us out there, it gives the illusion that we just got crazy people out here.
Yeah. That's true.
They could be telling the truth, but again, I'm too afraid to abide into what they're talking about,
right?
Because I'm afraid even if I go over there and actually just don't believe what they say, but go talk to them just to see where they're coming from. If I get seen by society doing that,
right?
Oh boy, I'm one of them now. So if you have too many courageous people like ourselves, that's when the system will fall, because ain't nobody believe in that.
Right. It's I love this. I don't know what you call this. It's Plato's allegory of the cave. You ever heard of that?
Nope.
Oh my God. It's one of the greatest things that I always look at and analyze based on the way me and you are doing. So you should look this up yourself, because I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to summarize it to a nutshell that 3 men are looking at a wall. They look at the wall. They see the shadow casted in front of them. They don't know. They see the black. They see this black shadowy figure in front of them. Sorry, they don't know that it's a shadow casted from behind them. A light that's projecting the image in front of them. When one man of the 3 opens their eyes and sees that, wait, what the fuck is that? They don't know what to call it. It's something that's projecting the image that they see. Then one man gets up. What the fuck? Oh, I'm in chains. I'm shackled in chains. I'm supposed to be here. Why am I? They find out how to get out of the chains. They go discover that, oh, this thing is fire. Oh, what the fuck? Or they don't, not the fire, the pattern fire, the word that we know it as fire. But, oh, this hot thing, it burns me. I don't like, what the fuck? It's casting the shadow. Hey, look, that thing. I can't. They keep looking at the shadow, right? So the other person's like, what the fuck, though? I don't know what to do with this shit, man. And then you're like, fuck it. What else is there? And then you go out and you get out of the cave. You see that there's a whole fucking world to live in, man. What the fuck is this shit, man? The sun, whoa, it's so bright. Oh my fucking, like, whatever. It's summarized to that aspect. I made it my own version, but it's a beautiful metaphor or analogy, whatever the difference is, to us as beings, me and you as the ones that stepped out of Plato's theory with the allegory of the cave, where we see the truth and we're like, holy fuck. And we're like trying to tell some people the truth, but they don't want to listen to us because you're a crazy motherfucker. What the fuck are you talking about? I need to stick to this shit looking at this thing. What are you doing? You're going to get us in trouble. You're going to get us killed or something, whatever the belief is. So that's kind of like how we are. We're like courageous enough to step out of that because we, depending on the levels of how we got here. Me, I got here because thankfully my daughter, my wife, I am here today because of all that, all the decisions that led me here. I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in stuff. I just believe in the actions of our consciousness that led us here. You know what I mean? That led me and you to this conversation. So all this shit is so insane and awesome to me. And it goes back to what you said earlier about everybody loves not to be lied to, but they love to hear the truth. And
no, everybody loves not to be lied to.
Everybody loves
not to hear the truth.
Say that one more time. It's like
everybody loves not to be lied to, but hates to hear the truth.
But hates to hear the truth. I fucked that up. My bad. I put they love.
All right. Oh no, you good.
But they hate. But you get my point, and I got your point. Yeah. It's still, to me, that is still like it's still that what you just said, and it goes with Plato's allegory of the cave theory or whatever. That all this shit is the way it is, and it's going to be the way it is. And all we do is just enjoy our lives, man, and talk, have this conversation. And whoever else wants to have this conversation with us or listen to us, look, man, I want to talk too. Like, hey, join us. Fuck. Go on his podcast, come on my podcast. Let's all fucking have a great conversation. Live our life, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I close out with this by stating that out of all the stuff that I stated about Christianity, and even my beliefs on Christianity and God, and which I'm a non-believer, of course, but by me being the type of person that I am, by stating the fact that I'm not 100% on this, I'm not sure about the stuff. This is just stuff I'm thinking about, and I feel that you can't be 100%. On top of that is that I'm left with the dilemma, and it's a dilemma, that God may actually do exist.
So
that's the kill.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
No one would never know exactly what it is until this thing that's actually projecting life to move forward, the Bible, until the things that take place in religion and in Revelations take place, until all that stuff happens, the reset of the world, which is, oh man, we got to go in one, because the book of Revelations is one of the most action-packed sci-fi movies ever. That's what the book of Revelations is. But man, unless that stuff takes place, we would never know.
Right. We
would never know.
You and I are agnostic. That's the word that I learned that I am.
It's an atheist, but it's a branch of the atheist tree. Right?
I have the definition if you want me to read it. It's a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence of nature, or nature of God, or of anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. So me and you are not saying, oh, it's all bullshit. We know for a fact, you know. We're also not saying, oh no, God is not real. That's a fact. You know, we're not saying that. Atheist is God is not real. Religious people are God is real. We're in the middle. We're like, we don't know.
Exactly. That would actually flip our world upside down if God is real. But I bet we will embrace it more so than the actual blind followers would.
Yeah. If we learn to just focus on the reality that is us, that we're here together, and okay, you believe what you want, but just understand that we all have different ideas going on here, man. You're not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
Your God
Yep.
is not the only God in your belief. There's just this, there's Buddha. There's all these other different gods that exist too in other people's beliefs. And what, you think your God is
Mm.
more prestigious, whatever?
Well, their religion, Christianity, their God does say that.
Yeah.
So
So
again, I get that they do believe that. I get,
yeah, it's like
I do. I
yeah,
do get it. Like you stated, we got 7 billion plus people on the planet. You're really that mad because one out of those 7 billion plus people think something different?
yeah,
You really that upset?
yeah,
Hey, you need to go into a fun house
yeah.
and start talking.
Right.
For real.
All right, man. Your your name on your was Donathan. Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yeah, this Donnie. Go with
Donnie.
Donnie.
Donnie. All
Yep,
right.
much easier.
Donnie.
I thought I told you that earlier.
Yeah, I forgot to introduce you. You as Donnie, and
Oh.
but we formally introduce ourselves because we're sharing this. We're swap casting here. I'm William knows nothing. You're in this podcast is what's it called again?
Challenge your beliefs.
Challenge your beliefs, Donnie. I'm just gonna I'm you can go with it too, whatever you say at the end of your podcast, but I just give this guy a follow, man. Listen to his podcast. He has multiple podcasts. You have the one that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I have whatever talk, which is like, that one I recommend more so than challenge your beliefs because that one will brighten your day
So yeah,
and or get you mad.
yeah, I like your podcast because it's just for me it's like comedy, man. It's just having fun. You guys are just letting loose. It's like me and my wife when we do our "Do You Want to See a Dead Pigeon" podcast, which is based on a made up religion. We made up our own religion because we're making fun of religion, so to speak, which is not for all audiences, but
that's what religion is anyway, made up.
exactly. But anyway, it's all fun, man. We just want to do shit like this, have a great conversation, not be offended by each other, not stopping each other from the way we're trying to proceed with our conversation. I mean, let them flow, man. Let these things go. Stop telling me. Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay to have disagreements, people.
It's fine. Yeah.
You don't have to kill me because I don't like popcorn.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
You will. It's not going to cause any health issues to you, me liking popcorn or not.
Right. Cool, man.
That closing out on my end. Please go out and check out whatever talk. I'm telling you, it's a hilarious show. And when I do throw out challenge your beliefs, I haven't quite set it off yet. This is actually you're my actual first guest ever.
Honored.
And yeah, and I want to say is shoot, man, whatever talk. Right? I mean, we make fun of reality on whatever talk, and like be yourself, people.
For sure.
Be yourself. Like I was telling my wife is that a lot of you out here seeking therapy, which in reality, or at least in my reality, that literally everybody is a therapist.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. You out here mad at what I'm saying, but you're out here rooting the Steve Harveys and the Ellens and like, you do know they don't have education on this either, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's again, it shows how stupid mankind is.
Yeah.
Like stupid. Be yourself. These psychiatrists, these therapists, these groups that you're sitting in, that here is something that I've noticed that you're not picking up on and wondering why you're still depressed. Please listen to that episode. I'm not claiming depression is real, nor am I claiming depression is not real. Just go check it out. And it's the one that's out now. But this is my theory on that, is that what I'm noticing that you're not picking up on, depressed people, is that you're not taking care of the main thing that everybody is telling you to do. You.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're still doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over of what got you depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not doing the one sole thing that, again, so my experience, the one sole thing that everybody is stating: be you, girl. Do you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you. Nobody can fix you. That therapist that you're going to can't fix you. That psychiatrist, whatever it may be, that person can't fix you. Me, listening to me, cannot fix you. You can only fix you.
Right.
If you don't own up to you, you're not going to change ever. Change requires you.
For sure.
It requires you. So that's how I look at people. Be you. Skip this normal BS. What's fun being normal?
Right.
Everybody in society is not normal, and they know it. They're just afraid to show it.
Yeah, man. Be open to what you are, who you are. Understand. This is like a whole different conversation.
My bad.
No,
That was
no,
my
no.
closure. That was a long closure.
No. You're good. You just have my brain was like, I love this conversation too, man, because that's all I'm about. This podcast itself is all about the awareness of mental health and physical health. So the podcast I'm running, I'm sorry, the William Knows Nothing, because if you go back to a couple of my episodes, I talk about some of the things I do for myself that I used to want to kill myself, man, and I have a dark past and I still have till this day dark thoughts that I attend to because I understand it now. I get it. I get that it's all thoughts. It's not my reality. It's all there, but it comes with me. It comes with the nature. Who knows if it's like you mentioned earlier. I looked at it like you said, that things that passed on from like how me and my wife are gonna pass on to my daughter, blah blah. Things have passed on to me from the genetics, blah blah.
Yep.
All that shit. I have an episode on that. I think, what the fuck did I call it? It was something on suicide. Because I mentioned I did exactly what you did. Where I said I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not saying that this is gonna change you and help you, but maybe it might give you some way of thinking differently about your approach to how you're handling your thoughts of suicide. Because the way I dealt with it. But yeah. I didn't mean to jump off on you on that, but I just,
no.
Yeah.
Look, man, two people like me and you, man. You said you had to go a long time ago.
I did say that like 20 minutes ago.
I know, but it's hard. My bad. I find it a rarity of finding people who are not closed-minded to their own thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I find it a rarity. So
Same here.
I get excited
Same.
talking because I like to hear other viewpoints. I like to hear stories. We had stories to listen to because TV wasn't back in the biblical times. That's why you believe in it. He said, she said, because that's what they all believed in.
Yeah.
They telling stories. There's no way possible they know that's Jesus walking on the street. It was no IDs back then.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
I get you, man.
You know, so
there's the beautiful thing about technology, and there's ugly and beautiful, just like there is with everything else with human beings. This is the beautiful part of it, is that me and you can have a conversation with each other that we're excited to talk about, like genuinely, no fucking bullshit. Like this is what I'm passionate about, and I tell my wife, man, I wish I knew more people that were like me, man. Like whatever it is that I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you, people like you, who are open-minded, like you said. All right.
It's a rarity, man.
For sure.
Rarity. And you can find one.
We just got to keep this connection and keep it. Who else wants to connect with us, man? Like, let's come up with our own quote, man. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
But again, that's what religion is.
Yeah.
Every single one. If you go, this is why I say society is stupid, because they're ranting and they're getting mad about things they don't know.
Right.
But yet they talk with the confidence of knowing. Like, every single religion is a cult. Every single one. If you go off the definition of what a cult is, it's a group of people believing in the same thing that is generally revered, meaning that nobody believes in another person's religion, meaning that that religion just became a cult. So here are you getting mad over something and spouting out, oh, that's what my auntie used to do to me. I used to be a Mormon as well when I was learning about this stuff, trying to figure out, wait a minute, shoot, this freaking Mormon ain't real either. But my auntie like, why you talking to those people? You know they're a cult. And I'm like, well, your religion is a cult because they don't believe in quite everything you believe in, deeming that's a cult now, according to the definition of cult.
Right.
So people, please, on top of everything we said, read.
Take some knowledge, man, no matter how you do it.
Yes, educate yourself. You cannot talk and be as belligerent as you is, and you don't know what the heck it is that you're talking about.
Right. Read in the physical aspect with your eyes and read with the physical aspect with the ears too, man. Listening to what you said, like audiobooks and podcasts.
That's called process.
Everything.
Yeah, that's called processing it.
Yeah.
Processing. Just because you read something and then you go out and sprout out what you read, you haven't even processed what you read to even understand it to go out and sprout what you read.
Right.
The information. You got to process the stuff that you're taking in, process the stuff that you're spewing out, and process the stuff that you're, like I said, taking in, reading, and all that stuff. Man, people, but here we are. Me and you are a danger to society. This is why they label us the crazies.
Should I label myself crazy?
Yeah. Hey, is it crazy if you are aware of the fact that you may be going crazy?
I don't know. That's a brain fuck right there. That my mind is like, what? What does it mean?
It is. So, because crazy people don't necessarily know that they're crazy. They believe what they is doing is normal.
Yeah, that's true.
Which deems them crazy to society. Therefore, if we are aware that we may be going crazy right as of this moment right now, are we technically crazy? Because Einstein was crazy, but he's one of the smartest men in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, that just popped in my head right now.
I know you meant. Yeah,
I didn't proofread it to myself. Again, I just did what I practiced. I practice what I preach. I'm one of the people that actually practice what they preach.
Same. Amen.
So I did what I suggested to you to do early when you was like, man, I just want to say it, and I'm trying to. My thoughts is jumbled up, man. I just said it out loud because maybe I could make sense of it hearing how it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm picturing somebody else saying that to me. How crazy is that coming from me to them?
Right. Yeah, man.
So I didn't think it all the way through. It just popped in my head, and it sounded like, hey, a philosophy.
Yeah, man. That's when you do shit like that, you're like, wait, what the fuck did I just say? Well, let me question that. That's what philosophizing is. You're being a philosopher when you say things. You're like, wait, what do you mean by that? To yourself, you're asking questions with what you mean by that. Like mine. Go ahead.
Good. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say the insights that I share with you, anything that I think that's insightful to help you, the person, the individual, or help other people. What's meant to be helpful is stuff that I question. Is this helpful, or is this gonna hurt people? Is what hurting people a sacrifice of helping the majority over here? This is another philosophy thing. There's so many theories with this where you save one man to kill thousands, or you save 1,000 to kill the one. Whatever there's a theory on that. I forget what it is, but I don't know if you heard of that before. Like
I heard of it.
You save the fat man from the train tracks to save 1,000 people, or you save the one fat man to kill 1,000. That's type of shit.
Yeah, it's basically it's the model that America go off of. Is that, hey, you want me to come save you from Iraq when I got all of America over here to deal with?
Yeah, or you want me to go save whatever America when I have my child here and I have to protect.
Yeah,
It's like it's so
yeah,
crazy, man. Like it gets you get lost in this paradox.
yeah.
Uh,
What I'm getting from what you're saying is that's like I'm taking it as one could be saying that knowing too much is dangerous, which that is a saying that America abides by, but they use it maliciously because knowing too much is dangerous because it'll get you killed.
yes,
Why is it getting me killed? Why is knowledge getting me killed?
it's the extremists out there, man. There are people who will kill you because you are going against their. Let's say if you have the
Their dumbness.
yeah, let's
Going
say
against their dumbness.
let's use this extreme example. We both have an idea that can eliminate all child pornography and get rid of all these people who are doing child sex trafficking and all that. We have the idea. We know the secret to get rid of it. Someone's gonna want to kill us for sure, and they're gonna find a
Of
way to kill
course.
us. And that's what I
Of
mean about the
course.
information of not that that was just the extreme, but the side of it that me and you were sharing is the knowledge and wisdom that can be helpful and beneficial to us. Is look, I'm now.
I
Damn.
look at all knowledge, but no, I get what you're saying, but I see all knowledge, the so-called let's use something that majority of society know because again, stupid society
Right.
you gotta coddle society. That's another thing that I feel that we're struggling or pressured with, or feel that we're pressured with. That we as we have to coddle society because society is stupid.
Right.
But here's something an analogy of everybody can hear. Star Wars. What you're stating that you feel like you got to get like we're stating the good information, and you that I feel like all information is good. Like it takes knowing the dark side just as much as knowing the force.
Hmm. Now,
Like,
real
yeah,
fast. I'm sorry.
yeah,
You
go.
brought that up. My fault. You brought that up, and it's funny because literally said this last night to my wife. I said I brought this analogy up with, or not whatever it is, a metaphor analogy. I always forget the difference, but someone posted a status. Someone that I consider a PC looking boy. My wife used to call me that because I used to be PC, by the way, because I thought I was doing something beneficial, and I realized, oh, this is extreme shit. I'm good. I'm out. But one of my old friends, he said Jedi or Sith, and I said both.
Exactly.
There would be no Star Wars film if there were no Sith. You know what I'm saying? If there were no Sith, there would be no Star Wars film. That blew my mind a little bit. I was like, oh, if there were no evil in the world, there would be no fucking mankind. There would be no good, and this adds to my theories and shit. To what I have about us, why we exist. But anyway, go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off. I just want to throw it
That's
out there
good.
that
No.
that you just said Star Wars, and I said, oh, is he gonna say what I said last night, or is this crazy? Or
Yeah, I was just trying to look for a way that again, man, most people are afraid to do. Like if I failed at trying to do something, dang, I failed. I, I may dwell, but I'm not gonna dwell forever. So I just try it again.
right,
And if it fails again, well, let me try it again differently.
right,
You know,
right,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep doing the same thing. I'm not going to just keep trying again. Let me just try again. Oops, I fell off again. I fell off. Yeah, you're going to keep falling off if you keep doing what you keep doing to make you fall off.
right.
How about you get back on differently this time? Just see what happens. Let's step into the dark side of the unknown. Let's step into the dark side of the unknown. You don't know what happens if you get back on differently. It could work or it could have the same results. But guess what? You have the opportunity to do it again differently and differently and differently.
Mm-hmm.
It's an infinite loop of different ways to get to the point. and to get the message, or to not be a religion and believing in this solely, because it's different ways.
Right, and that's the way of
You
life,
know?
man. That is how I think, in theory, how we have always lived our lives. Is that loop you're talking about? Is that you have multiple opportunities? There's the different theories that of reincarnation, how we die and then hey, we're gonna send you to a different time now. You go over there to the 1600s and see how you live your life this way. Oh, you died again. Let's go this way or whatever. There's like so many fucking theories, man. It's beyond our imagination to what the possibilities are. But overall, man, just going back to what you said earlier, is just be open, dude. Just have conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep doing this shit. And I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Because I said I was gonna let you go, and I get it. I don't want to let this go either. I love this conversation.
I know, man.
But I know you gotta do what you gotta do, and I gotta do what I gotta fucking do.
Yeah, you are cool in my book, society. Let everybody know this. You are cool in my book. Just as long as whatever it is that you're doing only harms you.
Right. Yeah.
You are okay in my book. You can be this evildoer, but if doing is harming anything other than you, then you're not cool in my book then, because you're not harming only you. I don't care about you if you don't care about you.
That's funny. You're gonna make me fucking go deeper in that. I don't want to. Matter of fact, let's end it. Let's end it with that, and we'll discuss. I want to continue with that though next time. All right, man. It was good talking to you, dog. I'm gonna stop recording so we can whatever. But yeah, appreciate you guys listening to us. Looking forward to our next episode.